What's up, guys? How we doing? Let me go ahead and make sure we get this in here.
Match for round one of the
All right.
bracket here for the Pokemon Go Invitational.
Pokemon Go Invitational. It's gonna be legit. We've missed a couple matches because, let's be honest, I really wanted to sleep in here. Let's be honest though, it's this is exciting, and I'm really hoping and rooting for Poké. I really am. I want Poké to win this. This is the first rounds. These are the first rounds. Lucario coming out first for Masuda there. Interesting. This is very interesting because I think this is open. I don't think it's a Kingdom Cup. It looks like a Kingdom Cup. There might be a way to, let's see if there's a way that they have anything in the description here. No. That's interesting. He's got a Psyduck? That's interesting. Misuda's actually not doing that bad right now. I'm very surprised. It's because the dragon move is not doing that much damage due to Lucario's steel typing, so that's really interesting to me. I would throw out Clefable with Charm. That was very smart. Deoxys defense. That's going to be really tough on Clefable. This might just be GG's right here. Not gonna lie. Let's see if I can't move my camera a little bit, guys. Whoops. Let's make me a little bit smaller, shall we? I'm not that important. There we go. Cool. Yeah, this is like I said, Poké, this is the guy I'm rooting for. Hopefully he wins. That would be absolutely fantastic if he could pull this tournament off.
Getting definitely a better end of the damage trade-off, and he'll be able to knock out the Clefable. So it's gonna be the last one. It's actually gonna be. Oh,
this is interesting. Psyduck. Is it maxed? It would have to be maxed.
Maybe Psyduck can surprise us. Gonna be able to block out the Azumarill, I think, going for the ice beam there. So
you definitely want to go to the water move.
Still has a shield remaining. Let's see, Azumarill actually gonna be able to get its charge.
I can't tell what moves those are because they're in Japanese. Ooh.
Even though the Psyduck resisted,
it's Dynamic Punch? Maybe that's why he went for it. It should be Dynamic Punch, right? No, I don't think so.
So it's doing its best, but not
wow.
Unfortunately, in this
Poké still has his Deoxys too.
Psyduck not looking like it can really hang with the Azumarill. Does get that last shield from the Azumarill there, but Psyduck goes down.
Yeah, this is still winners round one.
I think Psyduck definitely an interesting choice. You know, probably we were talking, are these players going to bring their favorite Pokemon, or are they going to bring what's the strongest? And it feels like this.
Thousand Dust, that's nice. And a Sinnoh Stone, Masuda.
This is a man with
wow.
absolutely nothing to prove.
Interesting.
in the Pokemon world.
See, what's interesting though is even though Poké's a PvP guy, Masuda, everyone in this tournament, they know type advantage like the back of their hand. That's what's interesting about this this tournament, because no, it's not like anyone doesn't know what's going on. That's the thing. Everyone knows the typings, the advantages, the disadvantages, what moves good, what moves not good. That's what I found interesting the most. Even though King and Poké are two of the studs, the PvP studs, some of the best players in the world, it's still not anyone's game. Like, this is interesting now.
Changing it up, going with Deoxys. We actually see an Umbreon coming out this time. Looks like it only has one charge to move, so ooh, nice switch into the Azumarill.
There's a good switch. Yeah, I would actually take this attack to the face. Yeah, absolutely. Because any dark move that's going to be going on to Azumarill is not going to do that much damage. It's a good call. I would eat this too. Last Resort would have been a good option, actually.
Umbreon doing some decent damage.
Because it would do a lot of damage.
Really from a charge move.
More than that if it had Last Resort. Last Resort's a 90 damage move, neutral move for normal.
Attending those special events in Pokemon Go really can make a difference as far as building your PvP team.
Yep, good call.
Last Resort, again,
Nick's absolutely right. You want to attend the community days for PvP. If you're trying to, you know, do official tournaments like this, because this is the first one.
At least something that can give you some coverage, right? Maybe something that will give you at least neutral damage. But right now, Slumberground's kind of forced just doing not very effective damage. All things considered, though, actually being able to do a fair amount and really whittle away at this Azumarill. So, despite the fact that Azumarill, of course, resists the foul play coming out from the Umbreon, still being able to do some very solid damage across the board. So,
what's interesting is this was still pretty close. This was still pretty close. That's he still has Psyduck.
Pokemon, it is able to keep up despite not dealing very much damage at all.
This is interesting.
They're going to be a shield right now from the Azumarill, opting for the Hydro Pump. No shield comes out.
No shield for Masuda.
Not shield there, of course, being a not
I
very
really
good
wish
attack.
the
We'll get the
that
back up.
GPS thing was not up top there, but that's okay.
2-2 right
They're in
now.
a building. It makes
Not much
sense.
usage actually earlier on in this game, so we'll see how the remainder of this game plays out. Altaria is going to come in. And
Alteria's gonna roast
how
that.
quickly it is able to
Now Pokéake should shield this for sure.
Electric type attack to deal neutral damage to the Altaria.
No?
and
Okay.
Pretty solid amount of
Neutral damage, that's right, because Dragon resists electric.
Both players still trading here. I really want to know if I think we saw the Psyduck actually earlier from Masuda's last Pokemon. So might
Oh,
be
he
able to
saved a move. Is this gonna be like a
kinda
Thunder?
has to rely a lot on this Lantern, but looks like Shield's really coming.
Psycho
in.
Boost.
Nice shield there,
Okay.
blocking out the Psycho Boost from the Deoxys. Gonna be, it looks like a Thunderbolt coming out from Lantern's end.
I think he should be able to survive this if he does not shield this. Pokéake should survive this. He shielded it, but he should have survived it too, because that defense is massive. I mean, it was a good call to use his shield, don't get me wrong. That was a good call.
his favorite Pokemon in the battle as long as possible.
And the Psyduck is out. All right, let's see what it's going to be able to do.
Oh.
As Psyduck,
Little
not
lag.
the greatest charge moves, definitely.
Look at that water gun. Melting.
All right, here we go. Masuda-san still has one shield left, though. Gonna opt to shield a potential.
How many shields does Pokéake still have? I think he still has one.
Has any shields left? Gonna be able to get a charge move off there, though. Let's see. Oh, it's actually the Deoxys getting the charge.
Psycho Boost is gonna one-hit KO it.
Gets access to that super effective
Oh, he has
skill.
Thunderbolt
there
on
is.
it.
Poor Psyduck goes down. And Psyduck, I think, obviously a Pokemon we love to see, but it is definitely not the strongest option in Pokemon Go PvP.
Well, that's the great thing about Pokemon.
Yep.
Yeah, it's best of 5, best of 5. Look at that.
Yep.
Tire
And, you know,
Bastiodon, that's a cool setup.
unfortunately, it was just not a very great matchup. Deoxys having access
They're
to the
playing on those giant like iPads basically. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Mr. Masuda makes any adjustments here, or if he still wants to close out a battle with that Psyduck, really going for the big upset.
So exciting, though, honestly.
He
And,
needs to not use Psyduck. He has 6 Pokemon. Masuda, if he really wants to try to come back.
We saw obviously a 3-2, the closest match of the tournament that last round. We're going back to
3-2 with Yomada. Please show me a leaderboard. No? Okay. Lucario, okay. That's a decent start.
Feeling good about this lead matchup here with counter dealing super effective damage to that Lucario.
That's true.
Masuda-san
Counter.
power
Mhm.
punch here. Is he able to hit all
Defensive Deoxys, guys, if you're wondering.
that last one there?
Defense Deoxys is a must in an open PvP, and that's what this actually is. It looks like it's open because Defense Deoxys would not be good for Kingdom Cup, or it's not allowed in Kingdom Cup. Excuse me.
Pokemon for maybe a bit of a surprise. Pokéake probably expecting that Psyduck after these first 2 matches. Might be surprised to see
Okay.
something else.
Gonna go for the shield this time around, and Deoxys having all that energy.
He saved up the energy. So smart, Pokéake. Good stuff.
Great shield usage, but of course now he does not have any shields left. Pokéake still does have 1 shield remaining, so let's
Wow.
see Deoxys be able to charge his attack
Counter
so
just
quickly,
charges
and
up
also
so
defends
much
very,
energy
very
so
strong
quickly.
Pokemon. Gonna be able to get a very powerful attack off there.
That Psycho Boost connects for a good amount of damage. Mr. Masuda charging up towards that Meteor Mash. Doesn't need to use it. Able to knock out
You know what's funny? I have to travel today, 2.5 hours, and I have to pack the PC. So, we're gonna watch this. I have to pack the PC.
shield comes out this time around for
That's alright. I should be able to stick around to watch the whole thing, so don't worry, guys.
Super effective, or not super effective, excuse me, neutral, but very strong.
Because I think this, I don't think there's any eliminations or elimination rounds.
Very good position because he still has one shield left, and he's going to be able to knock out this clef.
Catching up on my Twitter feed here too.
Which there as now.
So okay, the Pokemon. Here's some information. The Pokemon Invitational
If this Ludicolo is running
started at 8 a.m.
bubble,
God,
if it was
it's
running,
10:25 a.m. That's insane. There's no way it started on time.
advantageous position.
Here's an ice beam. Wow, they're just so
That's a good picture of Pokéake and King.
Ludicolo, of course, does
Ludicolo.
have grass type attacks, but
Azumarill has Ice Beam.
right now with these ice beams getting yet
For sure.
another charge move off yet before Ludicolo can even move. It's going to be another ice beam almost knocking out the Ludicolo.
Yep.
It's really down to Ludicolo
That's not surprising.
right now for Masuda-san going looks like for the ice type attack because the grass type attack didn't have enough energy.
Trying to see if there's any battles that we missed. Pokemon is tweeting a ton on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, insane.
Unable to take this match.
Yeah, Azumarill getting its third charge move off here against the Ludicolo should be able to get the
We
knockout.
go Invitational.
Going to be able to pick up the knockout. And Pokéake will take this 3-0 and will move.
Bad boy Pokéake.
Sensing a theme of
That a boy.
Masuda's Pokemon here. A duck and a duck build dancing pineapple.
definitely a lot of.
Alright.
From,
Okay, I got it.
I noticed his character was wearing within Pokemon Go as well, one of the shirts featuring it. So a lot of fun action and a lot of obviously a really close game, not in this one but the last one, and a little bit more one-sided match this time around. But some really exciting action, and I love seeing some different Pokemon. I think that last game brought up a really great point that you talked about, which was the fast moves that you often use.
You need to follow for 30 minutes to chat. You have 20. Are you kidding me? Are you seeing this right now? I can't chat because I gotta follow Pokemon for 30 minutes. Whatever.
How do you feel? Like, do you feel like there's merit
That's
to
dumb.
using Bubble over Razor Leaf for Ludicolo?
There's definitely a time and place for each of them.
Yeah.
And without knowing what Pokemon
So they're talking about what would you rather have, Bubble or Razor Leaf for Ludicolo, and Nick is right. You would want, there's a time and place for both of them. Bubble will give you more energy per turn. Razor Leaf will deal more damage. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to get off your charger move as much as possible? Usually the answer is yes, because the more you get your charge moves off, the more damage you're going to do. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pause this actually. So, we've got King went 3-0. You can't, I'm in the way. But at the top left, King went 3-0 on the enlisted leaf. And then Miramoto and Carrie Meh. So, Carrie went 3-0. Strawberry and Yamada, that just happened. And then just recently. So, we've only missed 2 battles. Which isn't bad. Masuda and Pokéake. Now we got losers round. Oh, there is losers round. Strawberry, Pokéake. We're gonna see King and Pokéake. That's gonna be fantastic. I'm so excited for that. That's gonna be fantastic. That's what we want. We want 2 of the best PvP players in the world in the finals to duke it out.
friends in Pokemon Go, and they've actually
That's what we
battled
want.
each other and probably practiced together, so they might know a little bit about each other's teams, about each other's playstyles, and it'll be interesting to see how they apply that knowledge up here on the main stage.
I absolutely expect a lot of skill demonstrated there, and of course on the losers end, Unlisted Leaf and Morimoto against Yamada and Masuda. So I think we're almost ready to throw it down to the next match. Really excited to see who it's going to be. I think we're going to jump into
So what do you guys think?
winners bracket. And
Good morning, Sunshine. Hey, what's up, Michael? Yeah, we missed only like 2 battles, excuse me. Well, 3. So, not too bad. I'm kind of upset that it's so early in the morning. I decided to sleep in. But it is what it is. We didn't miss much.
Pretty exciting, especially because I feel like you might have gotten the nerves out after that first round, have some sense of what your
Actually, I tell you what.
is like, maybe understand that, okay, this Pokemon is a little bit
Give me a
weaker,
second
maybe I
here.
don't want to bring it in too often. I feel like the first round of any tournament for any competitive
I'll pull up
game,
my
you
stream
always
deck.
Take off the nerves a little bit, get some experience. Obviously, it feels really good to win, but losing early on sometimes can actually be very beneficial because it teaches you where your mistakes are, and you can kind of learn from that. Whereas winning can maybe give you some confidence, and you're not able to learn as much, I'd say, from a win.
Right, and being able to learn from your losses is a very
I hope he wins it. I really do.
hallmark of any great competitive player.
Yeah.
So let's see what these players have learned from their first round losses heading into this first match of the losers bracket.
Yeah, of course, so we have wrapped up the the first round. So what are some takeaways that you can think of like from that? Because for me, it's like, okay, we saw a lot of
Pokemon
we saw a lot
Worlds.
of Skarmory. I mean, Skarmory really feels like the #1 Pokemon that almost every team has.
I'm gonna live tweet that.
We saw some cool
Are you
mechanics.
kidding me?
Players were switching out, especially when I think back to Strawberry. The switches that she made were really impressive. So
How about now?
kind of what are some
Why is that not
takeaways,
working?
some key skills
Interesting.
that were displayed throughout the course of that first round?
Yeah, I think going back to Strawberry 17's match with Yamada, those switches were some of the most impressive plays that we saw during that first round.
Yeah.
Being able to sort of
Switching at the right times definitely is important.
not a very good counter to the Pokemon they're currently using. Maybe make them feel a little bit confident, and then switch.
You know what? I think it's because I can't tweet out a whole
that
bunch.
came across.
Tell you what, I'm just gonna do it manually.
Again, an amazing play by Strawberry 17. Also,
Copy.
bringing that Haunter in as an unexpected Pokemon, able to catch Yamada off guard with that as well. So now that we're moving into the second round, let's see if some of these other competitors maybe.
You guys get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes here.
All right, here we go, ready to get underway with.
I gotta delete the.
Bracket now.
Wait, I already said this.
Unlisted Leaf against Morimoto.
What do you mean?
And, it has definitely been both of these players had, I think, pretty tough matchups in that first round, but they played quite well, and we saw some pretty cool
There we
stuff
go.
on both ends. Of course, the
Oh,
some more unique picks from Morimoto.
I did already say that. So the stream did work. Okay, good. I'm gonna delete this though. I am not live with Shiny Evolutions of Fire Red. Alright, I am not live with Shiny Evolutions of Fire Red. So here we go. Linoon. Linoon is not a bad choice, to be honest. Miyamoto using Linoon, that's a very good call actually. It has Shadow Claw, and Shadow Claw can definitely gain a lot of energy per turn. That's fantastic. It's a very good move. You sent a tweet but it said shiny something. Yeah, I know, I just deleted it. Unlisted Leaf might be, yep, Thunder. Grass Knot. Miyamoto. Morimoto, sorry. I gotta say it correctly.
Maybe should have known that Mr. Morimoto did not have enough energy charged up at that point to use Thunder.
Yep. So that's a really good point. That's kind of, I feel like, one of the... Oh, and this time around, the Thunder comes out to not shielding it. It's exactly what you want to see if you're Mr. Morimoto.
Still getting a Sky Attack off, which that's going to do heavy damage. Okay. Miyamoto is out of... Morimoto is out of shields. Oh, why didn't he... Oh, okay. No, excuse me. I know why he didn't go to the Haunter. That makes sense now. I'm stupid. It's going to be a Grass Knot, I bet. Thunder.
Oh, no shield. Look at all that damage.
Wow. Legendary Pokemon typically not very...
He's going to get Flamethrower off. Keep tapping that Flamethrower. He's going to get it off. Tap it. Oh. GG's. Well? GG's, Ando. There's no way. It needs Shadow Ball. If it had Shadow Ball, you could one-hit that Bastiodon probably. It's just, it does massive damage.
One of the downsides, I feel like, of only having one charge move, feels like you really need two to be able to at least be on the same level as your opponent, because if you have one, you're really restricted to using these not very effective attacks constantly.
Right, definitely showing the importance of unlocking that second move on your Pokemon if you're playing competitively. If that Haunter had Shadow Punch, you know, that could at least get across the neutral.
I gotta go make some morning coffee, and by morning coffee I mean I've gotta go mix up some caffeine Rogue Energy, by the way. Since I'm an affiliate of them, I'll be right back.
Being able to bait out that...
I think we're gonna go with the peach tea.
I'm not sure there was even enough energy to get that Thunder off with Linoon, but I think if you're not super well versed in Pokemon Go, I certainly know I wouldn't know how much energy there is at any point against your opponent. So keeping track of energy, it feels really, really important. Like you mentioned it, it's like a really, really big skill set because it allows you to distinguish, oh, do they even have enough energy to use the stronger attack, or do they not? That's really a key point.
Right, Mr. Morimoto showing the importance of trying to bait out those shields from your opponent and really, really pulling off a big upset in that first matchup.
All right, let's see. I feel like one of the disadvantages here for Unlisted Leaf is that most of his Pokemon only have one charge move, so that definitely makes things a little bit tougher on his end. Going to be the Skarmory lead once again, this time against the Poliwrath. Let's see. going to be the Sky Attack coming out. Once again, the only charge move available. No Excellence, so difficult to connect to all this. Going to be a nice shield there to block out a lot of damage. And Poliwrath now going to retaliate with an attack of its own. Let's see if Unlisted Leaf decides to opt for a shield this time around.
Mr. Morimoto charging up that power-up punch, getting across for neutral damage, but also raising his attack. So now these bubbles are going to deal increased damage, as well as his charge moves.
Yeah, and another charge move coming out this time around, so a lot of energy built up, kind of saving it up. There's an Ice Punch, no shield it looks like, that does so much damage, but the Skarmory is going to retaliate with a Sky Attack of its own.
Great choice there going for the Ice Punch. Even though both moves deal neutral damage to the Skarmory, the Ice Punch does deal slightly more damage, so smart choice by Mr. Morimoto to commit to that.
Yeah, and I think Unlisted Leaf right now, definitely in a pretty good spot. Both shields have already been committed from Mr. Morimoto's end, so even though it is 2-2 right now, Unlisted Leaf basically gets a free switch in, and he gets 2 shields to use throughout the remainder of this game. So definitely not a bad position for him whatsoever, looking to bring it back after that first one. Light Noon not actually making an appearance so far. Both Pokemon kind of just slowly trading damage away, but this is going to be a major Hydro Pump with no shields on Bastiodon's end. This is a super effective attack, same type attack bonus, boosted by that Azumarill, and oh my goodness.
Wow. Tons of damage coming across. Mr. Morimoto does have a move powered up here. Looks like he's going to go for, I want to say, Stone Edge. Yep, Stone Edge going to deal neutral damage, but a better
All right.
than Flamethrower, which is the alternative.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Damage right now, but
I was overhearing in the headset, but
of course, have both shields actually. So finally going to commit one of those. But I think it always feels really good to have a shield out for the last Pokemon.
you definitely want to try to save shields as much as you can, if you can, whether that's switching out in the middle of a battle.
Oh, but the Hydro Pump comes out immediately, and no shields coming out from Morimoto's end because he's already done with the shields. Oh my goodness, that's so much damage.
More than half of Linoon's HP in one hit. It is going to charge up towards the Grass Knot here.
Ando still has a shield, so no matter what, Miyamoto loses.
Last Pokemon
Morimoto.
already has the attack.
Probably keep saying that wrong. No matter what, he loses though.
That one shield left, negating Mr. Morimoto's damage.
Yeah, Grass Knot also not the attack you even want to be using off against the Muk. So maybe at least beating out a shield, but unless the
And that's GG right there.
knockout, I don't think he'll be able to. And yeah,
1-1.
will just be able to finish it off.
Best of 3.
Unlisted Leaf pulling it back, and we'll tie up the series 1-1.
All right, looks like we're going to have some closer matches here in this
Yeah.
second round, so might
Really
be
excited.
a little bit more gameplay.
Yeah, I think a lot of cool stuff happening there.
12,526 viewers watching. Wow.
Right from the get-go.
Thanks for hanging out with me though, guys, by the way.
A lot of these Pokemon, but quite nicely done there. I felt like Morimoto-san probably committed the too much to Poliwrath, using both shields that early on against it. I mean, obviously it wasn't in a great matchup to begin with, having to deal with Skarmory.
Those are some sick jerseys. Where can I get mine? Those are some sick jerseys.
You know, he's kind of maybe hoping to get multiple power-up punches off, kind of do a lot of damage, but he had taken so much damage up to that point that even with the shields, it wasn't able to do enough.
Right, and here we are moving into our third match. Mr. Morimoto, again, leading with that Linoon. Definitely has a good advantage here. Let's see if Unlisted Leaf learned from that first battle and changes up his shield usage.
That will be absolutely critical. The first time around, the Skarmory took a major thunder. Skytug comes out, no shield, but really not too much damage there. So, oh, yeah, another shield coming out this time around.
It's got to be Grass Knot.
It is the Grass Knot or the Thunder.
It's got to be. Or for me till September 9th got hurt. Oh no. Well, make sure you rest up. That's for sure.
Take Grass Knot or Thunder too well here.
Definitely a risky switch by Unlisted Leaf, especially knowing which moves this Linoon is carrying. Opting not to shield, taking a big chunk of damage there.
Yeah, so I feel like the Linoon just has a really great type advantage with both against the Skarmory and the Azumarill. So I was curious to see Azumarill come out as it can't take Grass Knot or Thunder, so even the lower energy move does so much damage. You can imagine a shield comes out right now, and it is going to be the shield, yeah, from the Linoon. Yeah, risky play bringing Azumarill in this early against a Pokemon whose attacks are super effective, and
yeah, that was a bad switch out.
Not able to get those Hydro Pumps through. Again, not carrying.
Well, enjoy your time off at the same time though, Michael. Unless you really like going to work. I don't know. Some people do, which is that's fine.
Absolutely. So this Linoon is putting in so much work. You see just how quickly it's able to get these charged moves off. And Unlisted Leaf still has, of course, one shield to use. There's a Thunder coming out, and oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage for something that's not even super effective. Wow.
Muk here has enough energy for the Thunder Punch. Will it be enough to KO this Linoon? Unfortunately, a few targets missed there, and it doesn't make a difference.
We'll be able to get the knockout, but I think Morimoto-san is very content being able to do so much damage with that Linoon.
Zeta, yo, what's up?
Maybe hoping
Been watching FLW channel, wanted to show you love too. Thanks, yeah. I meant he probably woke up early because I just I couldn't do it, man. I didn't want to wake up. I couldn't do it. GoFest was good. GoFest was good. Let me get rid of this chat box here so you guys can see Endo a little bit better. People can always tune into the chat later. If they want to come back and watch this. There's a live chat option. They can come back and watch it. Yeah, text message. Muck is actually a really good Pokemon. It has access to Thunder Punch. It's a good Pokemon. Hey, yeah, I was streaming on Mixer until like 1 AM playing Apex Legends.
Whoever has more health obviously puts it up. Bastiodon, I think definitely one of the best Pokemon.
They both.
Skarmory right now. Skarmory can't do anything with its fast moves or its charge moves. Sky Attack is not.
I'm surprised how legit Bastiodon is being right now. This is insane. I did say Crackadon, dude, and I said that for a reason because I'm like, bro, why is it so early? Like, really? See, for them, it's an hour ahead, so, like, they get to wake up a little bit later than we do. Well, for me, I should say. It's an hour ahead. It's 8 AM here for it to start, but we haven't missed much. We really haven't. We've missed, like, three battles, but there's still, like, 8 that need to take place. It's like watching a golf tournament on TV. You can tune in anytime. They're going to show you the leaderboards, you know, so whatever you missed, as long as you catch up, you didn't miss much.
This time around, I expect to see Linoon come out earlier on. It's been such a strong Pokemon here for Morimoto-san, and there is the Linoon going up against the Azumarill this time for Unlisted Leaves, so changing it up a little bit, but of course he will still have to worry about the super effective attacks here from Linoon, and there is going to be one coming out immediately. This time going to shield around.
Linoon's been shown to be a really good Pokemon.
It's advantageous for
really good.
He's able to get pretty fast, you know, charge moves off, and he's able to get out a lot of shields earlier on, which is obviously ideal.
Definitely, and with both shields.
See, I don't know. There's still a couple of Pokemon that these guys haven't shown off because you get a team of 6. So I wonder. Not a good call. Bad call. Should have went with Muck. Look like a golf announcer. Well, they both look pretty good. Yeah, you have to dress nice. Man, I wish I was announcing though. That'd be so much fun. Get into announcer mode. I would love that.
As another charge move is coming out, the second shield is going to come out. Obviously, nice shield usage, but now Morimoto-san has 2 Pokemon in the back, and he knows there are no shields left on Unlisted Leaf's end, and the Haunter's been knocked out.
Yeah, this is GG for Mirumoto. He learned from his mistakes.
Right way for Morimoto-san. No shield.
Morimoto. Why is it thinking Mirumoto? I don't know. I'm thinking of Mirror Cup. I mean, that's what it's coming down to. I'm thinking of Mirror Cup.
Forced back into this lead matchup. Again, now with no shields, no switch available, and now down to his last Pokemon.
Morimoto, holy crap, is going to 3-1 him or 3-0 him on the Pokemon. This is insane.
You know, it's actually opting for a Grass Lance, maybe just trying to get a charge move off because it doesn't have enough energy for the Thunder. But being able to get some good
he got him off.
And still with multiple Pokemon remaining.
He still has Bastiodon.
Linoon basically got like a knockout, 2 knockouts and a half, which is really impressive.
Smart.
For that Linoon, and now we're heading into a Muck matchup here. Of course, Mr. Morimoto does have the advantage in terms of HP remaining. Unlisted Leaf does have a little bit extra energy charged up, so he might be able to get off another Thunder Punch here before Mr. Morimoto can use his next attack. But will it be enough to change the tide? I don't think so.
Probably not. The Linoon just put in so much work early game there, and it was able to do.
Make sure you take some tips and stuff from this because some of these Pokemon are really good in PvP. Buck is good. Look how good Linoon did. Very good Pokemon.
So Mr. Morimoto will be able to advance 3-1 in the losers bracket, so Unlisted Leaf will be eliminated, but He's all smiles up there. I think he had a great time, and
I love that stage. That stage looks dope.
Absolutely. I want to give a big shout out to Linoon, one of my favorite Pokemon in PvP. Glad to see it represented.
It is really good, actually.
And really, Mr. Morimoto just showcasing how important type coverage is, and choosing the right moves, because Shadow Claw is a move that powers up or charges up energy really quickly. So you are able to get to those bigger moves like Thunder much more quickly than some other Pokemon can.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what. Pokéak, King, and Morimoto just proved a lot right there. That's the first time I've seen him. He did really well there. I know Ando made some bad choices, but he has the Pokemon and the knowledge to possibly go far. He does.
And if you have a type disadvantage already, especially if those charge moves require a lot of energy.
Right, that Azumarill was much more fit as a closing Pokemon, maybe in the back of the team there. Once shields are down, coming across...
See, the interesting thing, actually, he says it's better for the back end, but if you think about it, the way the Pokemon that led for Morimoto, Azumarill would have been a good lead as well. As far as a tank, would have been a good lead. So let me go ahead and pause this real quick. So, Listed Leaf lost to King, which that makes sense. And then he just lost to Morimoto. So, he's looking for the loser of Strawberry and Pokéak will be playing Morimoto. And then the loser of King and Carry will play the winner of Yamada and Masuda.
Maybe might have an easier time than he did in the first round there.
Yeah, I mean, that was truly, I think, a game that could have been the finals between him and Strawberry. Really, really impressive play from both players. I loved watching their adjustments, and I think Yamada definitely a favorite to make it out of the losers bracket because he pulled off a really incredible show. Was so close to winning it all. So
I have no idea who Strawberry is, so please don't ask. I really don't.
For those winners matches, because those players have been so strong, had very dominant victories across the board in that first round, and now they're going to be matched against other players who also had a really strong start.
Right, we've seen really high levels of play from all of those players that are still remaining.
So let's see, I have to pack my monitor that we're looking at, my camera, my mic, my PC,
in the winners bracket there.
my controller,
So, excited to see what else goes on. We've seen pretty much all the Pokemon I think featured from all the teams right
my Stream Deck.
I gotta say, I think
I got a lot of packing to do. I haven't even started.
Absolutely.
She's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna be excited to watch.
One of the most impressive
So then,
Pokemon
there's 4
that
pretty good
so
people
unexpected.
in this
A lot of
tournament.
Players maybe weren't prepared for a Pokemon like Linoon. It's definitely not as popular as things like Azumarill, Skarmory that we've seen multiples of today.
And I think that's one of the things about Go PvP. Ideally, you know, the top trainers will be able to memorize all the potential charge moves from all the potential Pokemon that you can go up against.
Yep.
That's obviously so hard because there's so many Pokemon that exist in the Pokemon Go world. So
I have everything memorized.
it felt like Linoon was able to bait out.
Where are you heading? I am heading to Terre Haute, Indiana to visit with the brother this weekend. This will be the last time I'll get to do it before school starts August 28th. This is going to be a good fight, by the way. I really believe this is going to be... Well, excuse me, no it's not. Masuda keeps using Psyduck. If he stops using Psyduck, we'll be okay, actually.
As a result of its incredible showing here today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're using an iPad, that's what I figured.
And the Skarmory, but here we go. It's going to be Yamada against Mr. Masuda. Going to be the Altaria against the Lucario lead. Of course, Altaria being able to do a lot of damage with its Dragon Breath. A lot of base damage coming out immediately.
Yamada here opting not to...
I'll be streaming... Okay, so I'm going to give you guys the update first. I actually have good news and bad news. Bad news is I just saw an update Twitter post about Mixer. They're taking down Mixer Create, so I can't stream Pokemon Go in real life when I'm like out shiny hunting on Mixer Create. But I am going to try to use Streamlabs from my phone to film, so I'm still going to be testing shiny hunting and raiding live on my phone here very soon. I need to wait to get my high-speed data back, which is this Saturday. So I might be testing it as early as perhaps next Sunday or something like that. This coming Sunday. So I'll be testing that here really soon. But yeah, it's stupid. I was so excited to try the Mixer Create app and stream off that, but
in a pretty
Nope,
good position.
they're taking it down.
Pulling out the switch
Just
early.
similar to how YouTube's like, well, we're gonna take down YouTube gaming app. Like, really? YouTube gaming app was such a good streaming platform from your phone, it was ridiculous.
Shield comes out from the left.
Pokemon Go is hard to stream. When you're out shiny hunting, it can kind of get exciting. I mean, it's more of a hangout stream. Kind of like what I do here at home. But the hangout streams are dope, I think. I think hangout streams, as opposed to like pure Pokemon Go entertainment, I completely agree. Hangout streams are the best because it's very laid back. There's not a lot going on, and the chat to person interaction is a lot higher. What new shinies do I have? Maybe they wanted you to do it, so they took it away. Yeah, right. I know. It's like they're listening. I hatched. Let's see. New shinies. I traded for an Alolan Executor shiny. I hatched another shiny Elekid. I still don't have a shiny Rayquaza, and I've done about 25 raids now. Yeah, because I said 20 and I did 5, so about 25 raids now. Trying to think another shiny. Wow. The Altaria was doing work, by the way. Look at that, guys. Or, no, he switched out to a Muck. Yamada, I mean, let's be honest. Without even looking, we know Yamada. Oh, I hatched a shiny Magby. That's right. 2 shinies the other day. A Alolan Sandshrew. And, oh my gosh, Michael, those are insane. Those are... those are extremely rare, Michael. Holy crap, I'm so happy for you. Those are insane hatches. So Yamada actually obviously takes game 1, let's be honest.
With the Altaria, really, that being the biggest one, and I think Lucario...
I tell you what, let me pull up my game and I'll show you on the... I'll show you on the... Need to pull up the game anyway. Back to back. Oh, I bet your heart dropped. My heart would have dropped.
How he's gonna adjust in this next one, because it feels like Lucario probably isn't the best lead option. It takes
yeah, Lucario is not really a good lead to begin with. Lucario is a good second or third Pokemon. The reason why I say third, to sweep. But Lucario's not the best lead in the world. So I hatched a shiny Elekid that I don't need. Magby, yeah, so it's these 3 right here. Magby, traded for the Executor, and that's recent. And then, I mean, the other ones, I did those on stream, right? So, yeah, those are my recent ones. Those are my recent ones. Umbreon is actually a good lead choice. It's tanky, so it can deal damage.
Gets the excellent off there, and no shield, so a lot of damage there, but not as much damage as something like the Lucario would have taken last time around. So Yamada making the decision not to shield here from Umbreon, gonna just go for a foul play, gonna do some okay damage.
Wow, Altaria is so tanky. Got shiny Alolan Vulpix 2 weeks ago. Yeah, there you go. That's god tier. That's how rare that is. That's one of the rarest shinies in Pokemon Go. It's one of the rarest in Pokemon Go. It really is. It's one of the rarest shinies. You know what? I need to do a top 10 rarest shinies in Pokemon Go. Would you guys like to see that video? Would you like to see shinies ranked? I think... Jessica. I think that would be a really good video. I don't think anyone has done that. Top 10 rarest. They've done the top 10 coolest or the best, but not the rarest shinies in Pokemon Go. I think that'd be a very good video. Yamada could wipe with this. Ooh, maybe not. Didn't know it was shiny until it went back and looked at it. Oh wow, yeah, it's kind of off colored, but not by much.
But Yamada realizes not a very good type advantage right now. Alolan Muck definitely a way better Pokemon to bring in.
Alolan Muck's a good Pokemon. Acid Spray is a good move too. 20% defense nerf on your opponent. It's such a good move. I'd use Acid Spray again. Use it again. Use it again. Get that 20% debuff. Well, okay. Masuda doesn't have any shields. I'm dumb.
damage across
If he had shields, you would want to go with acid spray on in that situation, just for you guys to know. If he had a shield, you'd go with acid spray because a 20% nerf still goes through the shield, and that's huge.
Attacks a little bit better, but you're only using foul play against the Wolrds Muck, which is dark type as well. So I feel like Mr. Masuda really had pretty much nothing there, and he gets to be able to.
Oh, that's a sick trophy. I haven't seen that until now. They just brought that out. They just brought that out. That was not there. That was not there. They just brought that out.
With that steel typing.
Right, Mr. Masuda definitely needs to make adjustments for that Alolan Muck. Yamada, of course, should be aware that that Alolan Muck is one of his best Pokemon against Masuda's team compensation. So we'll see how these players make adjustments heading in.
I'll be honest. Lead with Alolan Muck. I would lead with it. I would lead with Alolan Muck. Stupid shiny head up. What?
Given you a reason. Otherwise, so far he hasn't to not bring the Alolan Muck feels like a very consistent option for him.
Yeah, and with that acid spray, it's able to do not so much damage.
This is similar matchup.
Lower a Pokemon's defense, so it has a lot of utility as well.
Are you? I haven't gone out and really farmed that much, to be honest, which kind of sucks. I might do that. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna go out and farm tomorrow, hardcore. My brother's gonna be at work from noon to 9 p.m., but he'll probably try to get off a little early. So I'm gonna. Thankfully, I joined the local Discord. It was nice for raid hour. I'm gonna join the Terre Haute local Discord, or not Discord. I'm already joined in their Messenger, so I'm gonna be raiding with the locals. I think that's gonna be fun. I think raiding with a new community is gonna be pretty fun. I'm excited. Cause one, they need my help, I'm sure, and two, I need their help. So it's a win-win, and I get to meet some new people. I think it's gonna be pretty fun. 200,000. There you go. Yeah, I started at 110, and now I'm at 280. I want to hit 1 million. Let's see. I'm at 220. I started 110, so I've got 110,000 without really farming too much. So that's not bad. Oh, you know what I should be doing right now? I should pop a star piece. Alolan Muck's gonna wipe this, guys. So pop the star piece. Here, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, with no shields left on the side of Mr. Masuda.
Did you guys know this works?
Still opting for acid spray here. Not dealing a ton of damage, but
6.5 million Zeta? Holy cow, dude, you're a beast.
how low its HP already was.
Saturday is going to be nice. I was at like 550 Wednesday night, and then I went home with a little over 7K. There you go.
Next Pokemon to come in.
Plan on getting 2 million this weekend. Dude, do it. Do it. You're not going to be disappointed. So, I'm going to try to hatch my eggs with a sock. Have you guys done this before? It does work. I can do this while we're commenting here. Definitely go with acid spray. You want to... The fact that Poison Jab is such a very powerful fast move, and then you're going to just 20% nerf. It's just going to do so much more damage. Acid Spray is one of the best moves, I feel like, in PvP for Pokemon Go. Do it with a fan? That's smart, too. Jessica, you don't know this? If you bounce your phone with a sock, you can hatch eggs in like 20 minutes. You hatch eggs at work? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. When I go back to my old job, well, if I do, I actually might be... Oh my gosh, Psyduck.
A fan favorite returning, but look how much damage it's taking. Psyduck is just not the strongest
Yikes.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Jessica, it's easy. If you watch FLW videos, that's where I actually got the idea from. I feel like I should do a video. It's because of the way, look, the bounce and the vibration, the way it works, your phone thinks you're walking. Well, yeah, because there's sensors in there to detect movement or whatnot. I'm saving 2Ks for Saturday night. Oh, dude, that's 100K Stardust in 2 seconds. That's insane.
So, no shields remaining here. Psyduck will be able to go for its last resort. Gonna go for, looks like, the power-up punch. Actually, the cross chop.
Oh, cross chop is the move. Wow.
allowing it to resist.
And Yamada 3-0'd Basuda. I mean, let's be honest, did I really have to commentate that?
Pokemon with a lot of personality.
It tried its best, it really did, and I'm happy that it made an appearance because if Mr. Masuda wasn't going to use it, no one else was certainly going to use it. But
Absolutely.
I think we talked about this earlier. One of the cool things about Pokemon Go is the ability to use all these different Pokemon, your favorites, and it's not necessarily about, you know, winning by a wide margin. Sometimes you just want to try out some cool Pokemon in competitive, and there's absolutely so much merit to that as well.
Right, and we've seen it pay off.
Yeah, I don't have a good bite yet.
There are a lot of
Walk 2 miles a day at work, and I'm lucky to get a BS to my BS to hatch 2K eggs. I'll get it. That's a little interesting. Still don't have one. Taking a trip to the Mississippi River this weekend, so we'll be grinding like crazy. Is there a lot of spawns there, Zeta?
Through the bracket right now, we've played 6 matches already.
So here's the bracket update.
Multiple ones left. So I'm excited because we're going back to the winners bracket now.
So we're gonna watch King and Carry, then Strawberry Poke-AK. Like I said, rooting for AK. I mean, I'd be happy if King wins. I'm rooting for AK. That's my boy. I talked to him. Me and him are, I would say, out of a lot of the YouTubers, me and him are pretty close. Pretty close. I'm closest to FLW videos. I talk to him quite often, but I do talk to Poke-AK. I'm pretty close to him for the most part. Cool dude. I met him in person at GoFest. And that was very nice. We were both finally happy to meet. There are a lot of spawns. Holy cow, that's nuts. There's a big mall in the city that I'm going to, and spawns are insane. But see, okay, guys, since we're on that topic, since they're not in a battle right now, you have to, whenever you're out grinding, just use a gotcha or a Go Plus. I'm serious. Don't worry about physically catching him. Even if this is going to miss 50% of all Pokemon, it's still worth it in the end because it's grinding a lot faster than you ever could. If you have a Go Plus or a gotcha, use it. I have both. It's just, for me, it's whatever is going to be charged up first. So here we go. King and Carry.
And it's actually a Swampert coming out from King for one, so that's actually a new Pokemon we haven't seen too much of yet.
There's something that we didn't see in the first round, and this Swampert carrying Hydro Cannon here, one of those exclusive Community Day moves, a recent Community Day.
Vic Rouge, Memphis, Sissy, and Baton Rouge, LA are my favorite river spots. Oh wow. The city next to me has a pretty good river spot, but there's a lot of crime and homeless people, and it's, you'd have to go probably in the middle of the day. You can't go at night, even though it's a really nice night walk, because it's really sketchy. So King is actually leading out with a very good Pokemon. You're seeing how devastating Mudshot, Hydro Cannon, Swampert really is, so keep that in mind if you have a PvP tournament coming up where you can use Swampert. Swampert's a very good Pokemon. Or if you're battling your friends and family, Swampert is a safe lead for the Great League or even the Ultra League. Yes, you heard that right.
Another Hydro Cannon coming out, looks like he missed one, but still able to get the excellent.
You need to back up and taking on Kyogre's there.
Is prioritizing an early Skarmory knockout? Well, he definitely got that.
You can see how quickly this Hydro Cannon is
Oh
charged
my
up,
goodness.
and
Yeah,
how much damage
it is.
dealing. Really showing you the importance of not missing those Community Day exclusive moves.
Safety is definitely important. You want to go to safe grind spots. Let's see if I'm hatching any eggs here. I should be hatching eggs here in a second. I have 2 kilometer eggs. I have a bunch. I'll put them up on the screen if you guys want to see them. Just give me a second here. So he's got defensive Deoxys. Yeah, I would mirror match it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right now, Deoxys really just smacking each other with their fast moves.
Both of these Deoxys trading counters back and forth. Carry May able to get his charge move off quicker. Psycho Boost not going to deal very much damage. King, though, opting for Rock Slide.
Rock Slide.
He's going to be neutral.
Rock Slide definitely a stronger pick.
Deroshi? You mean Deoxys? Do you have one, Michael?
Both players have used their shields, but it feels like King, the slight advantage right now, given that his Deoxys has a little bit more health, prioritizing that knockdown Skarmory early, very nice.
Oh, okay.
Able to get a Rock Slide off as well.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Being able to hit all of those should get the knockout here.
Rock Slide's a good move, PvP. It really is. Rock Slide's a good move to begin with. Ooh, use Psycho Boost.
Porygon, not the most ideal Pokemon
Okay.
because the counters, like you mentioned, that Deoxys uses as its fast move. Right now, going for a Psycho Boost, it's not going to do, you know, a ton of damage.
No, but it's gonna do decent damage. Oh god. Okay. Counter's doing super effective damage though, like 4 times damage.
Definitely relying more on its fast move in this matchup than its.
You have one? First form, nice. I don't know why my nose is running.
Stop damage from coming in while you're dealing that damage with Psycho Boost.
Yep. So with no shields remaining.
You don't have it. Okay, so Zeta, when the ultra thing comes out and Deoxys is in raids, raid defense as much as possible. I mean, for me personally, I need a good one of each form. All my forms suck. They're terrible. I need a good Deoxys of every form. Just the collector in me. I want to have my options. One thing that is beautiful but also important in Pokemon Go is you want to have as many options as you possibly can. It's all about options in Pokemon Go. Options give you advantages, and options give you opportunities in Pokemon Go. Yeah, right, Jessica? You should be able to trade them. Water Vents is going to be fun, actually. It starts... When does it start? Look, I'm also going to look and see how far I am on my eggs. I started at 0 kilometers, and I just started bouncing that sock, so we'll see where I'm at.
But in that Deoxys versus Deoxys matchup, I think also we saw the opposing Deoxys go for the Psycho Boost, and we saw just how little damage it did, whereas Rockside obviously does so much more. So in that position, maybe it's a little bit better to not even try to go for the Psycho Boost.
Not knowing my nose is running. Jeez. Alright, let's see.
Right, it shows the importance of being familiar with these matchups. Psycho Boost definitely.
So I was bouncing the sock for like what 10 minutes, and look how far I've gotten.
Charge a little bit extra, and then use that rock slide.
Come on.
It is going to deal significantly more damage.
Come on.
So here we go.
Focus. It's 1.3 out of 2.
Early 1-0 lead and a classic
1.3 out of 2. That's what it is.
Really just smacking away at each other.
I think it does start the 23rd. I want the Eevee in the background. Let's see. Let me check on the news here for us. Yeah, it starts the 23rd. Good call.
Quick early rock slide there from King, though, so he's gotten some good damage off immediately. Is he going to commit a shield here right now against the opposing Deoxys, and is it going to be...
This is an interesting matchup.
It's going to be the Psycho Boost, not very much damage, maybe hoping to bait out a shield, but no shield there from King, so very nice play there.
It works very well, Jessica.
Early advantage, it's another rock slide coming out, able to connect with all of them, and he's able to get an excellent, so big rock slide coming out. King definitely in...
That boy King.
Definitely a good call by King.
Let's caught this rat at my house.
Carry-May committing to the Thunderbolt here, dealing similar damage to the Rock Slide.
Decent, but not 100%.
A little bit more energy, so maybe Rock Slide is the better move to have in this mirror match.
Yeah, this is so close. All right, Psycho Boost is going to come out. We saw a little damage it did, but Carry-May's Deoxys is quite low. Is it enough to get the knockout? It looks like it will be able to.
All right, so you got to make sure you close out of the game and then put the sock in there.
About to fall down pretty quickly. He's not really close to getting a charge move off, but let's see.
No, I need a shiny.
Energy. Okay.
Wow, able to get that Psycho Boost.
Yeah, Carry-May is not happy about that.
Big play for King here.
Yeah, let's see if a shield comes out. No shield, but actually not that much damage. But I think King's definitely got to be content with that, given how low the Deoxys was in terms of health.
You're now choosing to send out Swampert again. We're going to see the power of Hydro Cannon. King.
He does have 2 shields. Swampert should take this battle, but it's going to be close against this Azumarill. Need 2 of the new raids from the water event. Or the shinies, you mean? Or actually the raids? I'm going to be doing Lapras raids because I want a good shiny Lapras. I caught a wild one at GoFest because Lapras was, you know, spawning and it had a high chance of shiny. Everything at GoFest had a higher chance of shiny. It was a community day race, basically. And I ended up snagging my shiny Lapras there. So I was pretty happy about it, but I want a better one. If I don't get one, that's fine, but I am going to rate it. Good rewards. It's a 4-star. So like I said, Swampert should... Oh. Hydro Cannon. Okay, let's see how much damage this Hydro Cannon does.
Really has to be effective on this last shield. We'll see if he decides to commit it to it right now. Oh, he doesn't.
Wow. Yep.
No shield as the Skarmory continues charging up. We're going to see Sky Attack coming across.
This should
That Swampert.
kill it.
No shields left for King.
Ooh,
Yeah.
so much damage. Actually gets the knockout. So really not a bad position for Karime right now. He has 2 Pokemon. They're a little bit low, but he does, of course, have 1 shield. So be able to block a big foul play coming out from this Umbreon. Umbreon's going to opt to go for it. You imagine Karime's going to want to use it right now.
I have a Alolan Rat.
For the Azumarill on the back, it is
No,
a
a 0 on the other
right now.
2
Azumarill
on
has
the
a better type
one
against
the
the
loading
Umbreon as
screen.
well. So Karime actually in quite the good position right now.
Right, and we're gonna see no shields left for
Or
King.
a Zelf,
Attacks
yeah.
deal a ton of damage, but this Umbreon is
They're coming out though.
on its back.
I have a good IV as Zelf, so I'm not really too pumped about rating it, but maybe I'll rate it a few times. Just for, you know, try to get 100% or something, because it is a very powerful
But
Pokemon.
unfortunately unable to take that Skarmory down with just quick moves. Does have to commit that foul play to just a tiny sliver of that Skarmory's HP.
Uh-oh.
All right, here we go. Who's going to get the charge move off first? Oh, looks like it's going to be Azumarill.
King
Will
just
he be able to
lost.
get the knockout here with
1-1.
the ice beam, what it's going for? Oh, let's see how much damage it does. It's so close, and oh, Umbreon still hangs around. Oh, and it gets the charge move off. No way.
Able to get that last resort.
Wow. And an excellent attack there. Will be able, looks like, to get the knockout. Wow.
Enough damage as the time expires.
That was an incredible game. That was so close.
Came down to literally the last second, the last move.
Really great play there. I mean, from both ends. It was so...
King just has that kind of luck, I feel like.
We couldn't see the...
If I was Karime, I would be... I'd be pissed. Let's just be honest. I'd be mad. That, I would be mad.
Amazing play by both of these players. Let's see how Karime adjusts.
The yellow one and the pink one. Oh yeah, what? Yeah, they're not gonna rotate either.
Really well, but unfortunately, just coming short.
Oh, I'm so. That was dumb. How did Ice Beam not do enough damage to take out the Umbreon? Come on, guys. The health was this, and it went to this. Wow.
A lot more difficult of a time because right now it feels like the Swampert's able to just come in whenever it wants. Doesn't have to really worry about the offense from.
All right, we should be hatching eggs, I think. Give me like 2 more seconds, and we'll be hatching eggs. Now put them in the camera.
A very recent addition to the Great League metagame here, as we just had Mudkip Community Day in July.
How'd you guys do on Mudkip Community Day? That's a good point. How many shinies did you get? Did you get good IVs? It's saying they're going to be in the water. Yeah, well, Michael, the only the it says by their respective regions. So Zelfa's still gonna be over here in America. Mesprit's gonna be over in Europe, and Uxie's gonna be over in the Asia area. He had 5, nice, 5 shinies. It's better than 4. So this is interesting. 13, 100%. Oh wow, that's nice. That's okay, Michael. I think they're gonna rotate eventually, but oh, that's fine if it's not shiny. This is an interesting matchup, by the way.
But not able to do very much with his charge moves. Umbreon will be able to at least get a pretty strong foul playoff. Well, it looks like a bunch of ones missed there, and potential shield used there from Karime.
King maybe expecting the shield, not committing to the excellent damage there.
Yeah. As Sableye here goes for a foul play of its own, yeah, and it's really not doing too much. That shield there was able to obviously block all the damage earlier on, but King right now content to just trade damage. I think very happy to have gotten that shield off earlier.
We will get him. Gen 5 comes out. We'll get him when Gen 5 comes out.
Oh, it's actually Power Gem instead of Dark type attack.
Yeah, nice coverage move there on Sableye, able to get some neutral damage across to this Umbreon.
You get 96 lucky shiny though. Oh wow.
Attack comes out from King. No shield coming out this time from the Sableye. So
Look how close this matchup was. Holy cow. Use that foul play immediately, King. I don't care what it is.
Commit to it right away.
Yeah. Jeez.
Is going to be able to get it off, and I mean that's a really big skill set in Pokemon Go, right? Being able to make sure you have enough energy just for something, even when you're very low. I think perfect usage there, and brings Skarmory down to actually half already, which is very impressive.
Right, and when we saw King earlier not fully charging up his attack, his strategy may have been to not deal too much damage so that he could continue to use fast attacks to charge up extra energy.
If he does not shield this, it's over.
Foresight by King,
Okay.
having just enough energy to
That would have done mass neutral damage.
Here we go. He still hasn't committed either shield.
That's funny, Zeta. Uxie's my favorite too. I think that was the first one I caught in Diamond or Pro. I think it was Diamond, yeah. Uxie's my favorite too. Uxie, Uxie, however you say it. My favorite too. Out of the 3. The Zelf does look nice, though. The Zelf's probably second. Mesmerit's third because I just think it looks weird. Alright, we should be hatching our eggs.
Which is Tropius. Gonna deal a lot of damage with that Razor Leaf, but this Rock Slide's gonna come across and really hit hard.
I really love the switch that King made immediately into the Umbreon early on. It felt like it really kind of made the Sableye significantly weaker, especially because Sableye is such a good matchup against Deoxys. So both Pokemon kind of running away right now, but it feels like King should be able to run away with this game, especially with the shield.
Oh, hold on. I've got just a little ways to go with a 10-kilometer egg, so we'll get that in there too. I have 0.1 left. So King's going to the winners finals.
Absolutely one of the most intense competitors. Again, despite his goal being becoming the best PvP coach, not necessarily the best player, but of course the best players often make the best coaches.
Absolutely, great demonstration of skill there, and I think we actually saw kind of a new concept in that last.
PokeAK's next. Go PokeAK. Go PokeAK.
Not getting the perfect charges on the attack, he said conserving some of the energy so that later on you could save it up for the more powerful attacks.
Right, very high-level strategy there to just deal a little bit of damage with that charge attack. So that you
Bounce this out for like another 2 minutes, and then we're gonna have. I think we're gonna have we're gonna have 7 2-kilometer eggs to put on the camera. And we're going to have 1 10-kilometer egg. So this is going to be exciting, actually. It's going to be very exciting. And these are gift eggs.
I think something that makes Go PvP so exciting is that you do get a fair amount of these games that come down to the last Pokemon, and you're both kind of just clicking, seeing who gets the charge move off first. And
I think they're adding each other as friends. Or no, they're not. They're getting the battle started. What am I thinking? Jesus.
Go ahead and take a look at our bracket.
So Strawberry, I have no idea who she is.
Strawberry 17 and PokeAK. Really excited for that one because Strawberry played out of her mind to take a very impressive victory against, of course, Yamada in that first round.
Zeta, no one knows who that is. That's the thing. No one knows who any of those they are because one, there's only like 35,000 to. Let's go on the high end. There's only about 60,000 people in the world that participate in Sylph battles. Think about that. 60,000? That's like 0.0001%, maybe even less than that, of the entire Pokemon Go population that play on a daily basis. So no one knows who they are. Anybody. Because it's not official.
This next match, very, very skilled competitors.
I'm surprised I don't know who this girl is. Like, at all. How do I not know who she is? She's a little older. She's probably 35, 36.
She was on the verge of sweeping, and then
that's fine. Not knocking her. But that just cements the fact that how do I not know who she is? Well, PokeAK, I want to sweep, baby. I want to sweep.
Yeah, let's see if that boost to his confidence affects his play.
She cute though. Yeah, she is. She's a gamer, obviously. Hurts your feelings? Sorry, Zeta. It's true though, man. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. This is official though. Like, this is legit right here. It's more of a test than anything though. What a lot of people don't know, that they're testing this right now to see how interested people are. Oh wow, going out with dual Skarmories. Okay.
Here we go, heading into our first battle. We see that Skarmory versus Skarmory match.
I'm gonna wait for the egg hatches till after this first match.
So no surprise here, yeah, kind of mirror match, but as you've mentioned before.
Yeah, well, I think I could have done okay too, Zeta. But absolutely, I think yeah. Well, you get your tips from me, so of course you would have done well. You know what? One of the Pokemon would have been on my team. Frostlass. Frostlass with Shadow Ball and Avalanche. Whew. 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 With Powder Snow? Here. With Powder Snow? You can walk out that door. He's such a good. It's such a good Pokemon for PvP.
Definitely surprising PokeAK right there. Strawberry 17 maybe opting for the Flash Cannon because one, it does deal more damage, and two, probably an easier type of move to to hit excellent damage on.
Yep.
So we're watching Strawberry. Poke AK's across because I know what he wears in game. He's Team Rocket.
The flying and steel type attacks from the Skarmy. So we're actually going to see a switch out into the
That a boy, Poke AK with the Venusaur. You have to shield Strawberry. There's no way. And she's in a world of hurt. She either has to switch out or she loses this battle indefinitely.
Frenzy Plant, a very, very powerful move.
Frenzy Plant's still gonna hit like a truck.
Switch out into this meta jam here.
What do you do? Do you shield here? But then you have Lantern left, and Venusaur is still gonna be alive. It's over. It's over. Just shield to be safe, Poke AK, because you're gonna wipe this. No. Oh, you're such a beast, Poke AK. You are on it, dude. He's feeling really good, guys. He is on it.
Let's see which one it opts for. Gonna opt for the Frenzy Plant, and oh my goodness, look at that damage.
Metachan, though, able to hang on with just a sliver of HP.
Don't.
Gets this
Please shield.
off. Let's see if it can actually deal a significant amount of damage. Again, it did use that power-up punch, but Venusaur
He knows.
shield.
We knew. Even before she used the move, we knew. Put another shield out. Cement it. Cement it with a Frenzy Plant. He is. He's gonna go with a Frenzy Plant. And then that's GG's. That's GG's. I will. Oh, gotta go lunch? Oh, okay. Bye, Jessica. Have fun. I might still be on when you come back, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely rare to see. He actually even switched out that Skarmory.
I think they... Big hatches, we're gonna do them right now.
Basically, his priority was, okay, Venusaur is actually really strong, especially with Frenzy Plant, which is one of the more powerful charge moves. Let me knock out your main threat to my Venusaur, which is that Skarmory, get it out the way, and now Venusaur can just keep clicking Frenzy Plant. Eventually, you'll run out of charge moves, basically, or you'll run out of shields to block the charge moves.
Right, and that Frenzy Plant does charge up.
Venusaur's a very good Pokemon. You guys are seeing that firsthand. Alright, here we go.
Great move to have on your side, especially with no shields left on your opponent's side of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how Strawberry adjusts. I think she might want to consider having
Why not?
Skarmory in the back as a potential switch into Venusaur because it can switch so well into Frenzy.
287 bad IVs.
Leading with it. And okay, the Lantern versus Lantern match. So both first one was Skarmory, this time Lantern. We'll see which Lantern comes out on top this time around.
Oh.
Here, Poke AK using water gun on his Lantern. Strawberry 17 opting
766 bad IVs.
There's gonna be a big
How long am I streaming? I'm gonna probably stream till the championships.
Lantern, oh, gonna get a Thunderbolt off against the opposing Lantern. But
I'm gonna stream until the championships.
retaliate with
And then I gotta
its own
leave to travel. It's about 2.5 hour drive, so it's not bad. I also got a pack, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. 91%. Why not?
a little bit more energy.
I went ahead and deleted that.
Another Thunder, so if
So this is an interesting mirror matchup that we're seeing right now.
will most likely faint.
Togepi, I've got 2 shinies of that.
So coming close, really, so far.
371.
Thunderbolt and Thunder is really
That is a 93% Togepi with 15 attacks, so I'll keep it for now.
switch out on both ends. So Skarmory now, nice Pokemon to have in against the Deoxys.
Let's watch this a little bit. This is
relatively well, but has to worry
this is
obviously
intense.
about the charge moves from Deoxys. Let's see. Deoxys, of course, can use the Psycho Boost to potentially bait out a shield, but oh, no shield.
Okay,
coming out from
no bait.
Strawberry, So good recognition there to not waste the shield immediately.
Great call, especially in the face of a potential Thunderbolt, which would have dealt a ton of damage to Skarmory. So risky move, but it definitely paid off.
Great damage there from the Sky Attack into the Deoxys.
Wow, she still has 2 shields.
Strawberry still has
She's
full
gonna shield
shield
this one.
as well.
Yeah.
This time she will go for it, so potentially trying to
You need that shiny too?
a Psycho Boost.
Michael.
But it is actually once again the Psycho Boost coming out from Poke AK. So this time around able to bait out a shield successfully. Nice
Poke
job.
AK, you monster!
Another charge attack and another shield. Is it a Psycho Boost? Oh, it is.
Wow. Great play by Poke AK, saving up that energy to use those back-to-back Psycho Boosts, get both of Strawberry
Poke is a monster.
in the span of 10 seconds.
Yeah, and of course we've seen that Deoxys carry Thunderbolt before as well. So you know, it's really tough to not click shield when Deoxys has multiple attacks, and Poke AK was able to bait out all of those really, really nicely. So
He saved a charge
now
move.
to potentially just get
Smart
the
man.
for this opposing Skarmory. Poke AK definitely setting himself up for success right now, especially after getting those early shields out of the way.
And here we go back to that Lantern versus Lantern lead matchup. Strawberry 17 committing to that Thunder.
Don't use
Has 1 shield left.
Don't use the shield, PokeAK. It's not worth it.
Alright, let's see. There's the Thunder. Like you said, not going to commit it, and we'll get the knockout.
What's his third?
Last Pokemon, but there's the Venusaur, and once again, with Skarmory out of the way, it is going to be difficult to knock out this Venusaur, especially with the shield left to begin with. So, let's see. Looks like able to get the knockout there onto Lantern. We're going to see the last Pokemon. We saw how big, and it is the Zoomerl, and we all know...
And he has a shield. GG's.
That great. Of course,
2-0.
Ice Beam, which does hit for super effective damage, but with 1 shield remaining on PokeAK's, and it feels like he should be able to take this one.
Right. Interesting choice by Strawberry to bring in those 2 Pokemon, both
Weak to Venusaur.
So we'll see how she adjusts heading into the next matchup. She is going to go for the Ice Beam here. PokeAK commits that last shield, and of course he has...
I don't think this is going to be a one-hit KO,
Things are not looking good for this Azumarill at
but
all.
it's going to be very close.
Most likely would just be able to get the knockout, and look how powerful it is. Wow, such a strong attack, knocking it out, and PokeAK
Wow.
taking a 2-0.
That a boy, PokeAK 2-0 lead.
Now 2-0, going to go down to game point. Once again, I feel like the Venusaur is just the MVP of his team. I think it's really cool because in the match before we
A rogue!
with his Swampert, and now
And it is 260. That's terrible. Yeah, 10k in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Alright, come on, Gibble.
I would expect to see Strawberry 17 make some adjustments. Maybe not.
Oh, Shinx!
Maybe not bring the Lantern. Definitely save that.
484. Not good.
Much that Venusaur
I think we still have a couple too. Yeah, we do.
Absolutely. I think you 100% commit
It's
to
hard to
Skarmory there.
hold this
So,
straight.
one thing that was interesting was that, you know,
Oh, no. Shiny chance.
And
731. I think that's decent IVs. No, it's not.
He used like Psycho Boost every time against the Skarmory. He didn't even go for the Thunderbolts, but all of those were able to bait out the shield. And
Who's good, Shinx or PokeAK?
putting on the pressure. So I think that was a really excellent
Oh.
situation, if not one of the best.
I have a shiny Magby, but I'd take another one.
Dictate the pace of the game.
715, that's pretty bad. I think we have one more still.
Strawberry, she's really gonna want to just keep Skarmory.
Yep, that's all of them.
out the back. Like if
Okay.
Skarmory is fainting before Venusaur hits the field, it feels like it might almost.
So, here's a pro tip. If you popped a star piece to get, you know, all the Stardust from eggs, immediately start opening gifts and get that extra Stardust bonus from the star piece from opening gifts. Go immediately into it, and that's what I'm doing right now. Because I gotta fill my egg space anyway.
Let's see, and oh wow, it actual immediate switch, and it's into the Skarmory, but you know, as we were talking about earlier, if Skarmory goes down, Venusaur might really just be able to sweep. So let's see how much Skarmory is able to do. Shield coming out this time around. Strawberry has to call correctly. Is she going to go for the shield? She didn't. She used a lot of it last
Did
time.
you really? Nice, Michael.
Oh my goodness.
So much damage coming across. We're going to see this Skarmory go down very early, leaving the field wide open for PokeAK's Venusaur.
My goodness, not
Venusaur's a
the
beast.
sky attack there, but I think
There's no reason that PokeAK should not have the Venusaur at this point.
And then Venusaur kind of just wins the game, right? So Skarmory here going for a sky attack, able to connect with many of them. It's that great. Gets the excellent, but is there a shield coming out? There is a great shield right now from PokeAK. So Strawberry, of course, having the shield advantage, but like you mentioned, Deoxys going for those Psycho Boosts consistently, maybe baiting Strawberry to not shield this time around and eat such a big Thunderbolt off.
Yeah, definitely setting up that play in the previous match.
Yeah.
Kind of confusing or maybe tricking Strawberry 17 into letting that attack through.
Here we go. She still has both of her shields left, but this Deoxys just refuses to go down. Is going to...
It'd be nice if it was shiny. Yeah, it would have been. But that's okay. 100%. You know, when it comes to 100%, whether they're shiny or not, shiny is kind of like the icing on the cake, but the 100% is the most important part. When it comes down to it, is the most important part. Still 100 Ultra Balls left? Holy cow. Well, you're going to burn through those here pretty soon, though, Zeta. When you're going to go farm.
And of course, switching it out with some energy in reserve, so if it does come back in, it might be able to fire off a charge attack right away.
Here we go. All right, Altaria will get the knockout. It is 3v1. PokeAK even conserve the Deoxys. There is a attack coming out right now. Going to use that last shield. Does not want to take a potential super...
Oh, I just got an egg from Zoe 2 Dots. I wonder what that's going to be.
It's 3v1 right now, and it's quite tough for Medicham to really pull this off. I mean, Power Up Punch could be nice to increase its attack, but with no shield remaining, all these charge moves will be able to just really...
That's the plan. Oh, yeah.
The Deoxys baiting out Sky Tech does so much damage there.
Medicham is able to get that last Ice Punch off, which should be enough to KO
right.
the Altaria. Unfortunately, still some Pokemon left on PokeAK.
Oh yeah, definitely. Take a screenshot now so you don't forget. I had to take a screenshot before the event. Michael, they're my so okay. Good job by PokeAK, by the way. We need a round of applause for PokeAK. That's my boy. So I've been thinking a lot. Like, most of the people that I'm gonna add to my friends list are gonna be people who support the channel through Patreon or on YouTube by clicking join. But I do plan on doing like a giveaway or two where you could become a friend of mine in Pokemon Go. So there will be an opportunity to do that. But as more and more people start to support the channel, you know, via Patreon or via YouTube, I have to make sure I have spaces open for those people. Because then it'll come down to, I have to delete people. And that stinks, because there's no other way around it. I'm very cautious of who I add on my friends list because I have multiple spaces for something like that. I'm very cautious. I have to be. All the other YouTubers are the same way. Just ask them. You got to be cautious of who you add. So we got Pogo King, and PokeAK. Well, I appreciate that you understand. But Shinies do more damage. Of course they do. Of course they do. Shinies are everything. Shinies... Okay, so word on the street is Shinies are the reason why the sun comes up. Every day. That's what I heard. I don't know who's on the streets telling me that, but I should probably not listen to them. They're probably on something. Oh, this is pretty good. So, this will be over in about 30 minutes, guys. Thanks for hanging out, by the way. Talking not only PvP, but just in general. Hanging out. So this should be a pretty good battle. This should be a very good battle, actually.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think they're definitely the standard moves to carry on these Pokemon. Right. So if you do see a Venusaur...
What, streets?
Probably expecting those moves. But again, just because of the sheer power, they're absolutely necessary, and they're incredible moves to use in PvP.
I think I have all my eggs. I should probably check. Oh, I do. Alright. I need to buy some incubators, so I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Not going to shield there. Knows that you don't have to worry about the potential Sky attack or Dragon type attack from the Altaria. Skarmory here is going to retaliate with a Sky attack of its own. Does so much damage here. Yamada actually opting not to shield there. So both players kind of trading damage early on. No shields coming out early on. We'll see who gets the better end of the trade-off. Skarmory definitely...
What's interesting is they're using a lot of interesting Pokemon, like the same Pokemon. I would have been that guy that uses a lot of different Pokemon. Because imagine using like a Piloswine. Look how devastating an Ice Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen. Look how devastating an Ice Pokemon would be in this. It would be absolutely insane. Julian! What's happening? Been a minute since we hung out like this? Yeah, I know. I want to do it more often. I'll probably be streaming... Saturday? Because I want to stream some catches with Stardust. I still have my entire stack with a star piece to catch, which is huge.
And it's going to be the Deoxys, a good switch in there. You don't want to bring the Bastiodon, of course, counter being very, very super effective there. Ends up bringing Deoxys, which definitely has a slightly better matchup, can take attacks decently well from the Medicham. It's going to go for a power-up punch, and yeah,
Deoxys just a tank.
Fighting type attacks really well. Oh, it's actually a switch out into the...
Ooh.
Medicham a little bit more frail.
Ooh.
Damage there. Going to be a Psycho Boost coming out.
Couple targets missed by Karime there.
Yeah.
Lowers that damage just a little bit. And this Bastiodon versus Tropius matchup is not looking good for Tropius, as...
No, it's not.
Quite a bit of damage to that Tropius.
Yeah, that switch out was really big, though. You kind of talked about earlier on today how if you make the first switch, your opponent can just switch into something with a better matchup. I feel like that's exactly what we saw here. Being able to switch...
Flamethrower. That's ultimately why I switched. SmackDown was doing a good amount of damage, but Flamethrower is nice.
Especially because Deoxys has a pretty good matchup against that Medicham.
Right, and now this aerial ace not
Oh my
dealing much
goodness.
damage at all. Carryme smart not to commit that last shield there. Able to get that Tropius down with very little cost to his Bastiodon. Of course, now the Bastiodon is stuck in against this Medicham. Switch timer still counting down.
Yeah.
So this power-up punch should finish off the Bastiodon here. And now that Medicham does have boosted attack going up against this Deoxys.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Get the attack boost and get a knockout, but the thing is that Carryme still does have that shield remaining, and Yamada's attacks with the Ice Punch and Power Up Punch not as strong. So Psycho Boost here, look how much damage it does. Another one certainly will get the knockout.
Yeah, because it does heavy neutral damage on top of stab for Psycho Boost on Medicham like that.
Ice Punch, definitely the smart play as it would deal more damage. Unfortunately, Carryme of course does have that shield left, so it's now just a race to this final charge move.
Oh, he's got it off, yeah. Was thinking maybe he could go for a power-up punch and maybe try to have enough energy to get a stronger Ice Punch off. He'd be at +2 attack as well after the stat boost, but the Psycho Boost here will get the knockout onto Medicham, and Carryme will take this first win. But that was
Carry's not that bad, actually. At PvP, he's doing a pretty good job.
The Ice Punch early was probably Yamada's mistake, like you said.
Yeah.
Knowing that Carryme still had that shield left, if he had used Power-Up Punch, he would have had a little bit extra energy left over and maybe been able to get off one more Power-Up Punch before fainting.
Absolutely. I feel
Possibly,
like,
but I don't know.
it was cool to see the
It's
way
not-
switch shots worked that last game.
It's possible. That's the thing with
Risky to switch
Pokemon Go
shots.
PvP.
Your opponent
It can be a little random at times.
basically guaranteed. You might be trading them in that case, but for Carryme, that's what he wanted because he was in a position to trade.
Yamada's really gonna have to test himself. Carry's making some high IQ plays, some high IQ moves,
So there are times where you're okay kind of just going toe and toe with your
and
opponent because you
just
have
the
a
right
advantage.
switches
It's
and
one way
choosing
that
the right
you can
Pokemon,
achieve
because they know what each other's teams are. That's a legal move as far as I'm concerned. I think so. I think they know what each of them have. I'm not sure. They should know what they both have.
Really cost you going into the rest of the battle. So here we go into our second battle, Deoxys versus Medicham.
All right.
This is a good matchup.
So once again, Pokemon we've already seen. Nothing new here, but once again, early shield usage will be important. I mean, Medicham is something that could potentially snowball if you get a couple of power punches off. It looks like there's not going to be a shield here. Makes sense, because the attack increase happens anyway. Psycho Boost is going to come out here. That is certainly going to do a lot more damage than that power-up punch. So do we see a shield from the Medicham? Yeah.
Good play by Yamada committing these shields early. Medicham is a good lead Pokemon, especially with those shields.
It's a good lead, yeah.
Use those shields to keep it alive longer. Keep powering up with that power-up punch,
Right.
and then have a very, very strong Medicham headed into the rest of the battle.
All right, this Medicham has, at this point, now gotten multiple attack increases, so let's see if it decides to shield the Psycho Boost this time around. You would really hate to see all those attack boosts go to waste, and no shield this time around. So one shield left to preserve that Medicham. It's doing quite a lot of damage now that it's gotten the +2 attack. Gonna be able to get a strong charge move off here. I think Carryme most certainly.
I would just power up punch again.
Potentially though, no. Just
No. Guys, I would use another power up punch so you have a 30% attack increase now, because now you would shield this right here, because the attack increase goes through the shield. He could have really set up.
Play by Yamada to let that Medicham go.
Yeah,
Power-up punch.
that was a very interesting play.
Oh, Azumarill against the Deoxys, but there's opportunity for the Thunderbolt. That's exactly what's happening right now. Is Yamada going to shield this? That would be critical, and it looks like he will. Yeah.
Whew.
Potential super effective attack there. Nice shield.
He
Obviously,
should
hopefully
die
not
before.
this Deoxys
Oh no.
before a second Thunderbolt comes out. Deoxys here.
This is intense.
Going to opt to not shield. Play rough is going to come out, and that will get the knockout. So really, really big shield early on to not take the super effective damage from that Thunderbolt.
And here we go, heading into that Azumarill versus Azumarill match.
Hey, that one's yellow.
He's running Ice Beam and Hydro Pump.
Yeah, no
Love Killer, if you're still in here. Shinies do more damage, remember?
This mirror match.
It means he'll be doing considerably less damage.
My hair's a mess.
Because, of course,
It's because I just woke up.
will resist these powerful attacks. So here's a Hydro Pump coming out.
Ugh.
Actually does a hefty
I
amount
gotta
of
comb
damage,
it.
and of course, the advantage is like Carryme right
Whatever.
now does have the shield. So will he commit the shield right now? If not, he'll be eating up a very, very big.
Well, I woke up 2 hours ago. Let's be honest, but
And he is not going to shield, but maybe comfortable with that. Trying to just trade damage right now, knowing that he has Pokemon advantage. Another attack coming out though.
Yeah, a similar amount of damage dealt by that Hydro Pump and Play Rough. The difference is play rough is going to cost a lot less energy.
Right.
See Yamada firing off that play rough again before Karime even gets Hydro Pump charged up.
Here it is. So Karime going for a Hydro Pump of his own. Like you mentioned, damage output kind of equivalent, but requires a lot more energy. And it hangs on with just a little bit of HP, which Azumarill is going to go down first. That's a big one. Hanging out with literally what looks like
I'd eat it. Yeah, just eat it.
Very, very nice play by Yamada. Coming out on top in that Azumarill mirror match. Of course, it's going to go down right away to Skarmory.
Oh, who's the last one on Yamada's end, though?
Looks like it.
Oh, it's Bastiodon. That's
He's
exactly what Yamada was hoping for. Wow.
Great position here.
Absolutely.
Wait.
We've seen this matchup before. Skarmory doesn't have
Flash cannon.
really hit the Bastiodon. Bastiodon gets that super effective flamethrower a lot of the time, so really, really nice position right now for Yamada.
Of course, one shield still left on the side of Karime, which could make a difference.
Flash cannon, doing a sizable amount right now, so we'll see which attack the Bastiodon decides to go for. Does he go for a lower end?
Skarmory could win this.
Knowing that there's only one shield remaining, it is going to be that Stone Edge, going to be blocked.
Now let's see, it's just a race to get this last charge move off as our time is
it's so close.
6 seconds left.
4, 3, is anyone get? Oh, Skarmory looks like gets the charge attack off. That's going to be a huge flash cannon. I'm not sure if Bastiodon can retaliate with the flamethrower in time. This might not get the knockout, but
Wow.
Gotta use a move.
Goes up. Oh my goodness. I think Bastiodon might have been able to get a potential Stone Edge or flamethrower off. Had we had maybe 10 or 15 more
That's a
seconds.
tie then, right?
Yeah, and looking over this team sheet here,
That's a tie, right?
It looks like Yamada's Bastiodon actually does not know flamethrower.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh, Yamada.
Right. It looked like he was in such a good spot when he had this Bastiodon in.
Yamada, why does it not have flamethrower?
Pick what moves, what charge moves you want on Pokemon, especially because there's so many options and they give you such different coverage.
Yamada, that's on you, bro.
Skarmory actually having access to the flash cannon.
I mean, I'm not rooting for either of these guys, but I want to see the best battles I could possibly see. The fact that a lot of these opponents don't have second charge moves, come on.
Yep.
It is what it is, though.
That match is going to go to Karime because he did have more HP remaining.
Right.
When the
Good move by Carry, though.
Timer, not a mechanic we see too often here in Pokemon Go PvP, but often when you have bulkier Pokemon go up against each other, as you'd imagine, they're using slower attacks. They're using attacks, charge moves that don't.
That was
do
good.
much
That was a good
damage.
match.
See something get chunked
It was a really good match.
But I think as we progress with this tournament, it's no surprise to see more defensive play. A lot of these players have opted for very defensive Pokemon that have good matchups across the board against everyone. So I'm not too surprised to see some of these games last a little bit longer because players are now bringing Pokemon that can really eat up a lot of attacks.
Yeah, and here we go into that third battle. Immediate advantage for Yamada with counter going against that Bastiodon. Quick switch, will Yamada follow right away or will he commit to this matchup? Looks like he's going for the power-up punch here. Trying to get some early attack increase on his Medicham.
So we've seen how this played out before.
Maybe he'll learn his lesson from the Medicham power-up now.
Do much damage and the shield advantage
That'd be a good idea.
favor 'cause
You better learn.
no shield coming out from that Medicham, so takes
Okay.
a lot of damage there immediately. Of course, does have the attack increase from the power.
So when are they going to be in it?
Actually is gonna opt
When is there going to be a chat for Pokemon? I think it will come.
no shield
I think it'll come.
again from Carryman.
Because there's a chat in
Too much damage, but
Ingress, right?
it is
That's what I've been told.
relatively from that Medicham.
And they've had that for a while.
Let's see if Yamada commits his shield here. Trying to
Yamada, commit the shield.
game, or
Commit the shield.
let it go.
Get the power-up punch like crazy.
Other Pokemon. He does use the shield. He is going to be able to now switch out.
Oh, okay.
Smart.
Because, like,
You're gonna have to shield this though now.
stay on the Medicham.
You have to.
That attack increase.
He's gonna shield.
With some energy charged up, that could definitely hurt Karime later on in this match.
Smart
I
Yamada.
actually love that play because now you've got the charge attacks off, so you just want to bait out the shields at this point from Karime's and then maybe sweep with the Medicham later on instead of just leaving it out this whole time. So shield comes out this time around from the Deoxys, gonna eat up this play rough. Nicely done there, allowing it to.
I have a lucky
So
friend
one shield
I
now
meet
down
once.
on both players' end, and of course,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Thunderbolt, so
Yeah, I see why you would definitely want to in-game chat so you can coordinate with Lucky Friends. That's a good idea, actually. That's smart. Yeah, we need an in-game chat because I'm sick of trying to like chat in other apps and stuff and then having to close out of Pokemon Go. So there is benefits to it. It's more efficient.
Ice Beam is going to come across. Good shield by
Good shield by Carry.
ton of damage.
yeah, absolutely necessary there, but now neither player have their shields. It is going to be really close, of course, because and the Azumarill as the Tropius has all.
Oh no, you can't throw out Medicham. You're gonna die.
I mean, Yamada,
Oh, Tropius is gonna be
Medicham, but it will just feint to a charged attack here. But Medicham actually gets his charged attack off first. It looks like.
Wow, able to get that.
Oh, but power up
punch, ice punch would have been an incredible swing in the tempo of this battle.
wow.
Really surprised to see him not have gone for the ice punch because there are no shields left.
You might not have it.
Yeah, you know, switching a Pokemon in, you really do have to be quick in choosing your charge move. And again, this is a real-time battle.
Yeah,
players are going to make mistakes
no
matter how prepared you are.
Absolutely. Felt like Medicham might have actually been in prime position to sweep, but now with Karame still having all three of his Pokemon, even though Yamada has no shields remaining.
Yeah, this is over.
Damage off across the board, especially with those counters. Stone Edge here will get the knockout onto the Tropius, but Deoxys here.
Karame's not a bad. If he were to go up against Pokémon, I don't think he would win exactly, but he's definitely really good. I'd say he's third best player in this tournament.
Karame is about to walk away with this one. Flash Cannon doing some okay damage there, but in this trade right now, it's Bastiodon against Bastiodon. One is more health, the other is less health. With no shields left, it feels like we know who's going to win. Karame definitely in a prime position right now. Flamethrower doing so much damage there as well. And with the energy, like you mentioned on Deoxys, then it feels like Karame should be able to close out this one.
Yep, just a slow back and forth between these Bastiodon here.
Gonna check these eggs here in a second. I got some more 2-kilometer eggs. I got 8 of them.
Advance on in the losers bracket, winning 3-0. So despite tough matchup for him earlier, really impressive play from there from him. I mean, this was a really fun set too. That second game, I think Karame made some really great switches throughout the course of this game, and I feel like just had Ice Punch came out instead of the Power Up Punch, that could have made the difference. But like you said, there are a lot
Ice
of
Punch could have made the difference. Absolutely.
It's hard to actually just get the attack off sometimes, and maybe there wasn't enough energy as well. There's so many factors that go into it.
Right, unlike
I'm gonna get a little bit more comfortable here, guys, if you don't mind.
don't have a ton of time
There we go.
in Pokemon PvP. This is all happening in real time, so these players, no matter how prepared they are, mistakes are going to happen, especially when you're in a high-pressure situation like that, trying to get a move off before your opponent.
Yeah, and I mean, once again, just energy conservation is such a big deal. I think
I'm gonna check these eggs.
in that last game, though, right? Like the fact
From
that
the sock.
you can actually switch out, come back in, and have.
It's cool that I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here.
Can really put on a potential late,
Commentate, watch,
that's the concept
hatch
that we don't see
eggs.
as much of in the main games. But let's take a quick look at the bracket. We've progressed a lot so far. Only a couple of games left.
Heading into
Yeah, only a couple games left.
semifinals in the next round. First up, we have Mr. Morimoto.
1.7 out of 2, and we still have 10 minutes left on the star piece. That is gorgeous.
Great
That is
technical
gorgeous.
play from Strawberry
It's your house, we don't mind.
Pokemon choices
Thanks,
from
Zeta.
Morimoto, so I'm very excited.
Let's get a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
You know what's funny? These gamer chairs, like, they're comfortable, right? But you could still, after sitting in for a while, they kill your back. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter how comfortable they are. They still end up killing your back.
For you guys, but don't go anywhere because the action is still happening right now.
Very exciting matches coming up here. Again, the first ever Pokemon Go Invitational. It's amazing to see Pokemon Go PvP represented here on the main stage at the Pokemon World Championship.
It is exciting that Pokemon Go PvP is.
Different examples of how skill in
You didn't know about the event till the speculation? Cool. So you actually, since you didn't find out about it until my video, you got more information on top of it. So there you go. I haven't responded to any of the comments on that video yet because I was streaming on Mixer, and then I went to bed. Well, I'll be commenting on all that. So if you wanna, once I comment, I think you made a comment on the video. We can have the discussion there further. Might as well save it for now, because I'll be commenting on all those. Probably later today, once I get set up, get the PC set up and everything at my brother's house. I'll be commenting, or I might even be commenting while I'm on the road, because it's a highway, it's a straight shot. I might comment on them while I'm on the road. I always try to comment. You know me, I'm active. I care about what you guys say. Unless you're trolling, then I'll delete your comments.
And that, I think, makes it a lot more exciting. We often see that happen in all the other games that we have featured at Worlds, right? And it changes the dynamic.
I'll say this other guy is a really good commentator. I don't know who he is, but he's doing a really good job. I'm very happy that they chose him. Nick, of course, would do okay because he's got the knowledge, but
happens a lot more when you've practiced with a certain player or played with them multiple times throughout the course of your career, and it changes the dynamic of it. So I always love seeing people who I know have worked together or have played against each other before kind of come together, because you know that there's already a lot that's happened before the game's even started.
Yeah, and it really speaks a lot to the strength of the Pokemon Go community.
here we go, guys. This is a big one. Oh my gosh. Come on, Pokémon. This is a huge battle. This might go down to 5. This is like the Warriors versus LeBron. Like, oh my gosh.
Very excited to see how this plays out.
It's gonna go to Game 7.
This is, of course, the winners final. So the winner of this is guaranteed a spot in the grand finals, meaning are guaranteed a spot in top 2. Anytime you make it to grand finals from winners finals as well, it's huge because it means you have a set advantage against the player coming from losers finals, and it just means you need to win one of 2 sets to win the tournament. So big matchup coming here. Here we go. King's on the bottom. Gonna be Poké-AK on
Venusaur.
the top.
Yes! Let's go, dude! Let's go, Poké-AK.
Absolutely, you have to, right?
So fast with that, taking minimal damage on that Swampert. Of course, Poké-AK has to follow with the switch as well, so it's Deoxys versus Deoxys. Again, the difference here in the charge moves with Rock Slide on one side, Thunderbolt on the other.
First charge move will come out, will be that Rock Slide from King, doing some pretty good damage, but here's the scary thing, right? Because the Venusaur is switched out, King has to know, okay, I have to be able to knock out that Venusaur because my Swampert's not going to cut it. So
let's go.
Here,
Let's go, Poké-AK.
Yeah, absolutely. And Skarmory probably a big choice for King here.
Yeah.
Definitely something to hold on to for that Venusaur. If not in this match, then at least in the next one.
Here we go, Rock Slide coming out. Both of these Deoxys is falling quite low. No shields committed yet this early on in the game. There's another attack coming out. This might be a good time to shield for King's End, but looks like he might actually choose up to not shield here. Gonna be a Psycho Boost, actually. Wow, nice call.
By King, and now committing to his own Psycho Boost. With just a little bit.
He needs to save. Poké needs to save the shields for his Venusaur.
Is it enough? Let's see. Oh,
That's fine.
It is. Wow. And
That's fine.
Energy to potentially get another Rock Slide or Psycho Boost off. Poké-AK certainly does not want to bring that Venusaur out. Oh, actually, never mind. Looks like the energy wasn't shown there before, but it's building up, and it gets the knockout there. And there's the Skarmory, like you mentioned. So we saw that earlier. Yeah, that's ideal, definitely, to have up against this Venusaur.
Poké-AK immediately switching to that Azumarill. King looking for the switch to Swampert as well, but actually committing to
shield it maybe?
Missing one, so won't be an excellent attack off.
Okay.
Much damage there against the Azumarill. Once again, these players are playing on iPads, so maybe not the phone screens that they're used to playing Pokemon Go PvP traditionally on.
Yeah, definitely introduces a new level.
There's a shield. There's a shield.
A different side
Okay.
of screen, different inputs.
All right, this should be. These eggs should be hatching.
That first shield. Wouldn't be surprised to see Azumarill go for a shield now. You really don't want to lose it before the Venusaur comes out. You want to be able to knock out the Skarmory ideally. And a switch out here actually into the Swampert. But Venusaur may... that's a great switch because you need to conserve the Skarmory for the Venusaur. If not, the Swampert most definitely will lose the 1v1. But that's the last shield now out from Swampert.
Yep, eggs are going to be hatching.
Actually trying to get some damage off on this Azumarill before Poké-AK's switch timer comes up. Of course, there it is. And Venusaur's back. King now stuck in this matchup as his switch.
King's gonna lose this one.
Down.
Oh, that's a frenzy play. That's most certainly going to be a knockout. So super effective there against the Swampert. So here it is. Now Skarmory might be able to close this one out. Gonna have to eat up a charge move from the Venusaur, but we know that Venusaur's charge moves don't
Sludge
do
Bomb.
much damage at all. That frenzy plant really only doing around 10-15% or so. And for now, King might actually want to not use... Oh, he doesn't use a charge move, but he has to eat up another charge move now from the Venusaur.
He's going to be holding on for dear life with very little HP left, but he might actually have enough energy charged up to finish off this Azumarill, although...
Yeah, but Poké-AK has a shield. Poké-AK has a shield. Let's go, Poké-AK. Poké-AK takes round 1. Is that a shiny? No, I don't think so. Poké-AK takes game 1. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. My boy takes game 1.
Obviously, loses that every time, and even though
that's not a shiny.
King had obviously Pokemon to deal with the Venusaur in both the Deoxys and the Skarmory because he was forced to make that first switch early on. That gave PokeAK the advantage in terms of switching.
Right, really started off that battle in favor of PokeAK, and he was able to
762. Not very good. I have 100% a lowland Grimer, by the way.
Plays out. I think King certainly will want to reconsider leading with the Swampert. Obviously, that's the worst matchup possible in PvP.
Togepi, nice shiny.
Probably gonna want to swap it up a little bit, maybe
370.
Swampert, of course, still a pretty good Pokemon,
No.
but it's one less
88.9%.
effectiveness against Venusaur because Venusaur just does so much damage.
So that's 3. We have 5 left.
That certainly could be an adjustment as well, but gonna have to be a little bit more careful.
Another Togepi.
Swampert in general because he knows how strong Venusaur is, and I feel like Venusaur's really been the MVP for PokeAK.
I have okay, so I had 220,000 dust. Now I have 278,000. So I've gotten almost 60,000 just hatching eggs in the last 30 minutes. It's not shiny. It would suck if it was because I'd be my third one. 678. 91%. Alright, here we go. King, I expected that. I expected that. Now switch out to something PokeAK that you can eat a sky attack on. That a boy. So he can eat this. PokeAK can eat this, and he has a frenzy plant available. He has a frenzy plant available.
Yeah, I think King definitely having the better end this time, though. I feel like the lead matchup have really dictated the early game, kind of forcing switches and allowing your opponent to get a better switch. An excellent foul play goes off there as well, so it's like another one.
PokeAK is still gathering up energy. He could use a charge move right now. Now he has like a charge move and a half. He still has energy gained up from not using a charge move the first time because he could have got it off first. Shield. Use one. Use one.
Really wants to be able to knock out the Lantern right now because that obviously gets super effective attacks.
Okay.
Skarmory and is actually able to pick up the knockout, so that's a major threat out the way. He knows that Skarmory is going to be able to win the 1v1 against Venusaur even with shields available. So obviously the goal now is just to knock out this Deoxys.
Okay.
Deoxys coming in, finishing off that Umbreon very quickly with counter, and now of course Deoxys versus Deoxys. We've seen this one before. Again, the difference here being Rock Slide versus Thunderbolt.
I feel like
have some energy already ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I feel like King
Venusaur does have a frenzy plant ready. PokeAK might be biding time to be able to do a switch.
Pretty much all the time. So
I don't know.
We're both gonna just be trading shields here. I mean, for PokeAK to win, he really wants to be able to have better answers against the Skarmory, and that's mainly through the Thunderbolt that he has on his Deoxys. But that means he has to keep Deoxys around.
Right, and that adjustment by King to bring Skarmory instead of Swampert really made a huge difference in this match, especially right in the lead-off.
Here we go. So we actually see the switch out. Yeah, PokeAK wanting to conserve the Skarmory because he knows it's got the Thunderbolt specifically to deal with the Skarmory, but now he can't switch, and this is exactly what Skarmory wants, to be in against Venusaur. Venusaur can't really do any damage off against Skarmory. He'll just be able to knock it out consistently, even just through its fast moves.
Even with that one shield left for PokeAK, King knows that he can take this Frenzy Plant, it's not going to deal a ton of damage, and he can finish off Venusaur just with the fast moves and have lots of energy saved up for Deoxys.
Yeah, absolutely. Now has all the energy, like you mentioned. The shields have already been committed, and he's still got the Deoxys in the back for himself as well. So King definitely in a very good position. Finally baits out that last shield. 2v1 now, but with no shields on either end, and 2 Pokemon on King's end.
I don't know if this is gonna kill Deoxys or not, but I think this is about to be 1-1.
Off before PokeAK's Deoxys charged up Thunderbolt. Looks like we might see Thunderbolt before it goes down.
Let's see. No shields remaining, so should be able to get at least one of its 2 charge moves off. Might be a Psycho Boost coming out. Looks like it will be the Psycho Boost. Is it enough to get the knockout? Oh, it is. But Deoxys is, of course, going to come out from King's End, and with enough health, certainly will be able to get the knockout.
Okay,
with any
1-1.
Just going for a Psycho Boost.
1-1.
So, the adjustment, the lead really made all the difference here. The fact that PokeAK went with Venusaur again, King kind of called that, went with his own
Badoo!
big deal in this matchup.
Yep, really shows you the importance
479.
of the right lead. And again,
Not good.
in a format where there's no team preview.
Yep.
980 candies. That's a good battle, for sure. I think we have 3 more eggs left.
Players adjust based on what what they've seen from those first two.
Yeah, and I think if
No,
anything,
I hate hatching those things.
Venusaur can be very ineffective if Swampert's not in the game, and I love the dynamic of these matchups because we see them in competitive VGC as well all the time. Where
Oh, that's all of them.
now you go into like the next
Yeah.
game and you're like, okay,
Okay.
if I don't expect them to bring the Swampert, I'm not gonna bring Venusaur, and whoever makes the right call there obviously has the advantage, right? Like a lot of the times you end up seeing the Swampert coming out and you're like, oh, now I gave up my best answer to it. I don't have anything to deal with it at all. So it's like, do you want to risk having the best answer against one of the best Pokemon on your opponent's team, or do you make the call that they're not going to bring it?
Right.
Really tough decision to make.
Incredibly difficult. Again, comes back to team building. Having enough
This is gonna go all the way.
to these big threats to make these choices. Very important. So the competition starts long before the battle, and these players have chosen some very, very strong Pokemon to bring today.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see how this plays out. It's definitely been a intense game. You can tell that these guys are really, really good at competitive PvP, and some really nice adjustments by King. So going into a third game like this is always interesting because it's like you could lead Skarmory again for King's End, but maybe you call it he's going to switch up his lead and go with something else. Actually, a Deoxys coming out this time around.
Deoxys versus Azumarill. Interesting adjustments by both players, and also I'm very interested to see what else they've chosen to bring behind these two lead Pokemon.
I really want to know if Swampert and the Venusaur make an appearance here, but Deoxys here going to get its first charge move off. Will be that Psycho Boost. Excellent from King there. Does a sizable amount of damage. We can see how defensive Azumarill is actually taking that quite well, and switch out immediately actually into King's own Azumarill.
Perfect time.
If he has the Venusaur, he's got to bring it out.
That Hydro Pump, able to tank some of that damage.
Okay.
But the
That's a really good matchup too.
Azumarill is kind of locked in, can't really switch out. Lantern with the super effective electric type attacks will be able to potentially knock it out should King not go for the shield. Gonna be a play rough coming out for now. Let's see if there's a shield coming out from PokeAK set. No shield.
Good amount of damage there from that same type attack bonus on the play rough. As PokeAK continues to charge up, here comes that charge attack. King deciding not to shield.
Oh, there's a Thunderbolt. That's just a knockout there.
Mhm.
Surprising to kind of see that, but potentially wanting to conserve the shield specifically for the Deoxys. Lantern is a really major threat to the Skarmory in the back, but it's doing a lot of damage right now with its fast moves. Deoxys falls so low already.
Yeah, that water gun is a very, very strong fast move. So great choice by PokeAK to bring that instead of Charge Beam on that Lantern.
Retaliating with a Psycho Boost of his own. Let's see if there's a shield coming out from PokeAK's. And right now, no shield. That will get the knockout. That's actually a really pivotal knockout.
I think PokeAK still has 2 shields. It should be Azumarill back.
Now knows that Skarmory is pretty safe heading into this next matchup.
Altaria?
Altaria, another matchup that Skarmory can potentially win.
Maybe.
Definitely anyone's game right now. Shield pressure certainly on. It's going to be an excellent rock slide here from the Deoxys, and the shield comes out there from the Altaria. So pivotal shield from it right now. Oh, whoa! That was a double switch.
Both players choosing the switch at the same time.
Really impressive decision making there. Skarmory, however, right now actually in a really good position, especially by
Is it though?
Sky attack off. It's done a lot of damage already to Azumarill. Altaria's quite
Is it in a good position?
Best matchup. There is the last shield there from PokeAK. King still has the shield advantage, so it feels like King definitely in a prime spot right now to win this one, especially with this last shield and Skarmory.
I don't know though. Is he really?
And the Altaria.
Yep, shielding that Hydro Pump, avoiding a lot of damage there, and almost ready to let this last Sky attack fly. Might not be enough damage to KO, but the next few quick moves should finish off the Azumarill.
There it is. There's the damage, and just enough to get the knockout with the excellent boost there. So Altaria coming out, but Altaria's Dragon Breath obviously not the best attack here to have against
Dragon
Skarmory.
Pulse?
No shields remaining out from
What's this gonna be?
So see if he decides to stay in and maybe eat a potential Dragon Pulse. It is gonna stay in, and sizable damage there, but gonna be able to retaliate back with attack of its own.
Charging up that Sky attack, ready to fire some damage off. He hits all those targets. Excellent damage.
It's going to be a close one. Will Altaria be able to pull this one off? Let's see. Oh, actually going for the switch into Deoxys to eat up this charge move. That was an excellent display of skill.
Wow, using that Deoxys as a sort of final shield to keep his Skarmory alive just long enough to charge.
No, he wins.
But it's
Let's go, PokeAK. He wins.
The Altaria came through with the
Dragon Breath hurts too much. It doesn't matter. I knew that was not gonna help him at all.
And
It wouldn't have mattered.
wow, it looked like he was
That a boy, PokeAK. PokeAK's up 2-1, baby. One more game, and PokeAK advanced to the finals.
Definitely surprised.
What a nice move
there.
to make, though, right? I think this is one thing you were talking
Holy
about
crap.
earlier, what trainers can certainly do, being able to switch out, use kind of something as the last attempt, eat up these high energy attacks, be able to switch back in, and then deal with it. If Skarmory were just a little bit healthier, would have worked out perfectly.
Absolutely, and definitely shows the importance of keeping track of your Pokemon's energy. That Deoxys, unfortunately, didn't have enough energy.
Oh, I was freaking out there for a second. I thought he was going to get it, but I was scared, and he got it. Whew.
Could have taken a little bit more damage, maybe baited one more charge attack from PokeAK, and then brought that Deoxys in to finish off Altaria with that Rock Slide.
Yep.
So, interesting to see how that worked out. Let's see if King adjusts. Let's see if Swampert comes
This
back.
Venusaur still would have been a good choice as opposed to, like, taking out his Lantern.
Venusaur ended up coming out, and there it is. The Swampert makes an appearance. Doesn't have to go up against the Venusaur lead this time around. Quite nice. Being able to get some quick damage off across the board. Obviously wants to charge up that Hydro Cannon. Skarmory is going to make the switch, though. And there's the Lantern, actually. Oh, eating up the Hydro Cannon. Nice switch.
Yeah, PokeAK timing that switch perfectly. Very aware of how long it takes that Swampert to charge up to Hydro Cannon, charging up some energy before switching in the Lantern.
Really being able to kind of trade damage right now. Of course, Lantern can switch out, but imagine might want to potentially use a shield. Right now, it's actually the Lantern going for an attack, opting for a Thunderbolt, and oh, it's not going to be very effective, but still some pretty good damage. Swampert retaliating, though, looks like with an Earthquake of its own, so we'll see if PokeAK decides to shield this one. If not, certainly will be a knockout.
King gets through for super effective damage, and might just be able to charge up enough energy for one more Hydro Cannon before this Swampert faints. Let's see what PokeAK sends in. It's Venusaur.
All right.
Of course,
GG.
the worst thing for that Swampert.
Oh, no.
Skarmory this time around, though, which is interesting. We saw the Azumarill and the Deoxys on King's end, but obviously Deoxys does have that super effective Psycho Boost. An excellent switch out there into Skarmory to eat up this Psycho Boost. Will be able to resist, of course, the second type attack because of Skarmory's Steel typing. That does really no damage at all, but of course now King can take advantage of this. PokeAK is stuck with his Skarmory. He's going to be able to swap out into his Azumarill.
Yeah, excellent switch timing by PokeAK. Really just showing his mastery of paying attention to the opponent and being aware of where their energy charge level is at.
And one thing that's interesting to note, both players still have their shields left up as well, so it's whoever ends up making the right decision on shielding here will be really important. Is there going to be a shield that comes out here? No shield, and look how much damage that does against Skarmory.
Wow, both of these players saving those shields for the late game. Azumarill here going for another Ice Beam, unable to get that off before Skarmory. King still, does commit the shield there. Good choice, that Flash Cannon would have dealt a ton of damage to Azumarill.
Oh, and he's going to be able to retaliate with an Ice Beam of his own. It's like he wasn't able to connect on most of those, actually. Not sure what's happening there. And he still gets the knockout. Oh, actually, potentially doing that on purpose.
Yeah, I think he's just aware of exactly how much damage that
This is GG. He can shield this one, and he can have 2 Frenzy Plants. This is game. PokeAK wins. He's going to the championship. He can shield this, and then take these Frenzy Plants.
You have the Deoxys. You still have a shield left on Deoxys' end. You've got the super Psycho Boost. So,
well,
game 5, this is really close, but Venusaur's taking quite a lot of damage already. And thing is, obviously Deoxys has such a good attack out.
Actually, I don't know. Now I think about it.
This is a big opportunity for a Frenzy Plant off against the Deoxys, but don't think you'll be enough to get the knockout. That is a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, and with that one shield left for PokeAK, this could make all the difference here. Avoiding the damage from the Psycho Boost.
He has to use the shield.
Charge up another Frenzy Plant pretty quickly, as Vine Whip does charge energy very quickly.
Let's see, is there enough energy? Who gets the first attack off? Oh, it looks like it's actually going to be Venusaur. That means there's no Psycho Boost onto the Venusaur. That's most certainly going to lock out the Deoxys without the shield. Azumarill is going to come back out, but is it able to do enough? Let's see. It looks like Venusaur, oh, it's so close, but it gets the knockout, and Venusaur will be able to take the game. Wow.
Let's go! Hype! Let's go!
I mean, the switches were just phenomenal.
Let's go!
Like, really, really high level.
Let's go!
huge. I thought not
Let's
Skarmory
freaking
a little bit
go, guys. Holy crap. Let's freaking go. I am so hyped right now.
Really made
Let's
sense, but I
freaking
really
go.
want to give some credit to PokeAK.
Oh,
Uh,
Switch time.
yeah.
I should have put money on this. I want PokeAK to win.
Track of where King's
You always go with who you want to win.
Yeah.
that he could switch at the perfect time to avoid damage.
Oh my gosh, let's freaking go.
Difference in having that shield left at the end of the match to avoid damage from that Deoxys Psycho boost.
Absolutely. So phenomenal play from PokeAK. He's only dropped one game. King's the only one to even take a game off him. He is 9-1 right now. We'll be advancing on to the grand finals, but of course we've still got multiple games in the losers bracket for you.
Hey, spell King. Oh no.
Grand final. So
K-I-E-N-G.
we've got Strawberry and Morimoto still playing a first spot in the loser semifinals. Winner of that will play Carry May. Winner of that will advance on to play King, and that accumulates in the grand final.
Let's go.
We've got at least 4 sets left, maybe 5.
PokeAK, you monster.
PokeAK in the first set.
Whew.
King's not out of it yet, so we could
No,
see
he's not,
potentially a rematch
but-
between King and PokeAK.
Yep.
It'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah, but see, there'll be a rematch, but PokeAK
Those first 4
has such an advantage. King would have to win so many games against PokeAK. So many games, guys.
New skills that these players are using. I'm expecting definitely the grand finals to be a great show, but obviously all these other matches to be great shows as well.
So many
That winners
games.
final certainly very, very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of depth to Pokemon Go PvP that maybe is not apparent on the surface, you know, in your initial look at the game, but there's so much you can do with switching, with timing, with saving shields, with shield baiting, saving those charge moves for the right time. There's really a lot of depth that goes into this gameplay.
And I think we've seen a lot of it highlighted throughout the course of this tournament, so very, very happy, obviously.
This is going to be decent.
For those of you guys
Morimoto is really good, actually. He has a really good team.
There's a lot more to this game than what people kind of just think is clicking your screen as quick as possible. Because
Absolutely.
yes, that's part of the game, but there's actually so much more. And there's a reason why the players who have won the matches have won.
Absolutely. And especially with these new charge attack minigames,
Yep.
introduces a new element of technical skill. As we've seen, a lot of players miss really key targets.
Solar Beam.
Excellent damage in today's tournament.
Absolutely. So here we go.
She has Razor Leaf, though.
Mr. Morimoto here in the losers bracket. Quick switch out into the muck as both players actually opt to switch out immediately. So both of them obviously.
Thunder.
Timers coming
Please
down.
tell me you have Thunder Punch. I think he does.
But
I think he has Thunder
he's
Punch.
definitely a Pokemon that loves to be
Pretty sure.
into the muck.
Yeah, see, Morimoto is not messing around. He's got very strong teams. He actually prepared for this. I don't know if he either reached out to somebody to help him, but Morimoto's not messing around. He's actually a pretty solid player in this.
Absolutely. So here we go. It's gonna be the first guy attack. Shield.
He knows what he's doing. For sure.
Already one down. Muck is gonna go for another charge attack. Of course, have to be worried about that Thunder Punch, but you never want to commit your shields this early on. It is gonna be the Thunder Punch. It is gonna be the shield. So early advantage for Mr. Morimoto in terms of getting out the shields, but the Muck, of course, is falling dangerously low in terms of its health.
Right, and despite having the typing advantage here, because that Muck is carrying Thunder Punch, it's able to get both of those shields from...
I don't know if that would have killed it or not.
and put her at
Oh, Thunder Punch is going to hurt. I don't think it's going to one-hit KO this, though. It's going to be very close.
Come up really until the end game, but here all the shields committed so early.
Yeah,
Thunder Punch will
not
be
even
possible.
close. Wow.
And the switch timers actually have reset, and a double switch.
both players switch at the same
Oh, but
time.
that's
Oh.
Strawberry as the lantern comes out definitely has the typing advantage here.
especially
It
with
does,
both
but...
shields down.
Yeah.
Both of these players connecting with that
This is
down.
going to be either Heavy Slam or Stone Edge.
Excellent call here. Looks like Bastiodon will be able to get its first attack off, though. Will be the Stone Edge, so
It would make sense for it to be Flamethrower.
before potentially fainting here from the lantern, but wow.
This is going to be a one-hit KO. Should be.
Something we've seen too often so far.
No?
Yeah, definitely worked out in the favor of Strawberry 17 here. Of course, she is running Charge Beam as opposed to Water Gun.
Yeah, that's not good.
Huge difference if she's not able to get this next Hydro Pump.
Well, let's see who gets it off first. Okay, it will be Lantern. That is absolutely huge, and like you mentioned, really, really critical.
This is a intense battle, guys.
Fast which you wanted to use, but because she was able to get the switch advantage, gets that quick knockout, and with no shields, this game is really just about hyper offense right now, just kind of blowing holes through your opponent. But Buck comes out, the Lantern will
Skarmory.
and I mean Skarmory and Venusaur, obviously with grass type attacks can't do too much to Muck, but the Muck is already quite low with no shields left. Any charge move potentially can just knock it out.
Right, good choice by Strawberry 17 to bring in the Venusaur here. finish off
There we go.
without committing to a charge move, and now has energy saved up. Interestingly, though, this Venusaur is not carrying Frenzy Plant, so it looks like she might have missed that Bulbasaur Community Day, and we'll really see a difference in how quickly Venusaur is able to use charge moves.
So Thunder doesn't get the knockout. Of course, we saw the Linoon as Thunder and Grass Knot. Neither of those doing very much damage to Venusaur. Hangs on with the sliver of HP. The Sludge Bomb should be enough to knock out the Linoon. Strawberry taking this game in. Wow, I feel like the switches in this game, very high level as well. I mean, being able to bring in the Lantern right when the Bastiodon came out.
That was a pretty interesting. Battle, to be honest with you. It was anyone's game. What Morimoto kind of, I mean, leading with Linoon's not a bad idea, but obviously in that case it was.
Powered attack that does so much damage for super effective damage. Even though it didn't get the knockout, obviously gave her a quick lead, and we kind of missed the beginning of the game, but she was able to already get some quick damage off against the Linoon to the point where once the shields were out, she was able to just kind of sweep away with what she had.
Right, and with those shields going down so early on both sides, that really opens up the field for big attacks like Hydro Pump, which deals a ton of damage. And with no shields left, of course, no way to prevent that.
All right, here we go into game 2.
Game 2.
This time around, these are going to be a little bit different. It's actually going to be the Haunter lead.
All right, bye Zeta. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. You demand.
Skarmory.
You demand.
Once again, as we mentioned, Skarmory being a lot tankier, whereas Haunter a little bit more offensive. Expect to maybe see some shields earlier on in the game. Don't want to take too much damage from the Shadow Punch, and no shield come out there, and look at how much damage it does there.
Quick switch following up. Ooh. Skarmory versus Skarmory now. Again, very popular matchup. Mr. Morimoto does have charge attack ready to go. Strawberry 17 choosing not to shield. And of course, not very effective damage. So as these Skarmory continue to trade attacks back and forth, we shouldn't see too much of a surprise. Maybe Mr. Morimoto commits a shield here, and he does.
Oh, he does, yeah. It's funny kind of seeing the kind of Skarmory versus Skarmory dynamic because you don't want to be shielding, but it's still important because otherwise the opponent's Skarmory is just going to come out with so much more HP on top.
Right, you really want to, kind of understand your opponent's team composition and figure out how important that Skarmory is to counter any potential Pokemon.
So, many of you there in the chat right now know I have to travel, and I haven't packed yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the stream going, absolutely. But I'm just going to get rid of my camera here so I can pack. You'll hear me. I will still talk. I'm still going to watch. I just have to pack some stuff here in the room. But you're definitely still going to hear me. I'm still going to be watching, commentating. But I'll be packing while I'm doing this, so. Shouldn't take me too long. The last thing I need to pack is my my PC and stuff, but obviously I'm streaming this right now, so.
As she looks for another switch, Venusaur comes in to finish off this muck, just like the last battle.
And I like that a lot. You know, you get some extra energy onto the...
Uh-oh, there's a Linoon. That's not a good matchup. That's not a good matchup. Multi-Clash looking for some friendship. Show him some love.
The Strawberry is perfectly content with the...
Yeah, I'm getting the packing done.
Going to be able to get a an excellent Sludge Bomb off as well, actually. And that's enough to get the knockout. Excellent job by her.
Tons of damage. Strawberry 17 in an amazing position here. No shields remaining, but 3 Pokemon left on her side of the field.
Yeah, the Venusaur will fall down, but pretty free switching for Haunter just to,
Now looking good for Morimoto.
Be able to get the knockout. I mean, I think really nice job of her to get the shields out earlier on because she knew that Venusaur had a pretty good... Like, she conserved Venusaur to the point where it could kind of sweep the game. She was able to get a lot of...
Venusaur, as you guys can see, is a very good PvP Pokemon. Keep that in mind.
As well. So even though Muck and Skarmory are Pokemon that typically can do quite well...
That's the MVP of the tournament right now is Venusaur.
Venusaur is at a point where it could just do whatever it wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. Smart play by Strawberry. Even despite not having Frenzy Plant on that Venusaur, it's been able to make some really impressive plays, especially against that Linoon twice in a row.
Yeah.
So let's see if Mr. Morimoto adjusts, or if he sticks with that favorite Pokemon of his.
Yeah, I feel like for Mr. Morimoto, it will be tough to bring in the Linoon. It has very good matchups against certain things, but something like Venusaur can just stay in front of it and take no damage while getting destroyed by Venusaur's attack. So it's one of those Pokemon where made a lot of sense against some of the earlier teams we saw, obviously the ones that were prioritizing both Azumarill on Skarmory, and actually Strawberry's team does have both of those. Maybe that's why he keeps bringing on the Linoon, but hasn't been able to do very much in these last couple of matches. If anything, he's going to at least need to knock out the Venusaur before bringing Linoon out.
Yeah, if he wants to win and she keeps bringing out the Venusaur, he's going to have to knock it out.
Venusaur
Yep.
especially if he wants to keep running this Linoon.
All right, match point right now for Strawberry, who has had some really, really impressive games so far throughout the course of the tournament. And Linoon's out once again, okay, but this time actually not the worst matchup. Does have that super effective Grass Knot against the Lantern.
Yeah, definitely going to be able to charge up to that Grass Knot really quickly. Strawberry 17 going for the switch.
Going for the Venusaur. So that means this is Grass Knot. She does not have to shield.
Switch there.
This is Grass Knot.
First of all, brings out the ideal Pokemon against the Linoon to begin with, but also...
So he should switch out Miyamoto.
So
Morimoto. Gosh dang it. Why do they keep saying Miyamoto? I've been saying it all stream.
This Venusaur actually really doesn't have many options. It really can't... Could commit the shields if it chooses to, but this is going to be tough. Right? Sludge Bomb won't be able to come off first, of course, not doing too much damage against Muck, which is poison type. Only great damage there as well.
Mr. Morimoto does commit the shield, but does have a charge attack.
She still has 2 shields too. She should just eat this. For sure.
Let's see if there is a shield. No shield comes out. Venusaur goes down. That actually might pave the way for Linoon. So nicely.
That's possible. That's true.
To kind of play the strategy a little bit differently, knocking out the Venusaur. Exactly what we were saying going into this game.
Of course, this Muck does have Thunder Punch ready to go. Skarmory not going to use a shield here, taking quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage, and this Skarmory is falling down definitely pretty quickly. Gonna get a Sky Attack off here. We'll do definitely a hefty amount of damage. Another great attack. Like you mentioned, actually, a lot of excellence being missed today, and a great shield there to block out the attack, meaning that the Mug will be able to retaliate with yet another Thunder Punch. Maybe even a potential poison type attack if he wants to bait out the shield. Looks like it is just going to go hit the Thunder Punch, though.
With 2 shields left, Strawberry 17 should be able to stay in this match long enough to finish off the Mug.
Yeah, I think she's going to be able to take this one. That's what it looks like.
Fire off the Sky Attack immediately against Mr.
Ooh,
Bastiodon.
Oh, yeah. Bastiodon. This is actually looking interesting, because Linoon's going to set up that matchup against that Lantern, but she has Charge Beam on her Lantern. This is not looking good. Tournament's going well, Gymshark. PokeAK made it to the finals. I'm so pumped. He's in the final championship matchup. He beat King 3-1. My boy went 3-1
Hit all those targets.
on King.
A little bit extra damage.
Yeah.
Mr. Morimoto opting not to switch in the Linoon, using the Stone Edge on the Lantern here.
Still 1 shield left for Strawberry. This is going to definitely be really close, but Linoon obviously has super effective attacks. He doesn't even need the super effective tabs away for the line. Oh, it actually gets the knockout onto Lantern first.
Just in time, as Mr. Morimoto now has enough energy to fire off a charge move immediately, getting that last shield from Strawberry here.
Oh,
Yeah, he beat King. He slaughtered him. 3-1. PokeAK is no one to mess with, man. King is good too, but PokeAK is... I know PokeAK pretty much personally, so I know how good of a PvP player he is. I would say he's better than King. Well, if King makes it to the finals, and then PokeAK wins when they do a rematch, then you can say that PokeAK is better than King, because this is an official PvP tournament. King's a beast, don't get me wrong. But if PokeAK wins this whole thing, I guess you can put the argument to rest that PokeAK is better than King. That's literally what this is going to prove.
The Bastiodon Linoon combination was perfect for what Strawberry had on her side.
Right, great adjustments by Mr. Morimoto to avoid the sweep there. Finally getting some use out of that Linoon, which has proved to be a great Pokemon for him coming into this matchup here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's the only player even running the Linoon in the tournament, but I think it's definitely proven its worth with these super effective attacks. You can kind of see, though, where it falters, right? You need to play very well with it, because there are certain things that just wall it completely with something like Venusaur, for example. So it's going to be Linoon once again, actually, against Hunter.
Yeah, great speed matchup for Mr. Morimoto here, as that Linoon's Shadow Claw is really going to take big chunks out of that Haunter's HP.
All right, once again, kind of baiting out the switch, but Linoon now might be in a position to switch out. We might kind of just see the same situation where you get the knockout onto Venusaur, and then Linoon could potentially just sweep the game. So it's really putting in work right now, and these switches so pivotal, especially with that 1-minute timer.
Switching is definitely important.
So,
I battled King, and he is a beast. Absolutely. Absolutely, King is a beast. No doubt about it.
And now having the advantage again in this matchup here versus Venusaur.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, I would never not say that. He is a beast.
Oh,
Absolutely.
this is one there. Yeah, it's really been hard to hit the excellence today, I think, especially because these players are playing on iPads. So definitely a kind of different dynamic than what they might be used to. And oh, the Muck will get the knockout onto Venusaur. And once again, two Pokemon that don't have the best matchup against Linoon. Shadow Claw doing a hefty amount through just the fast moves, and of course the Thunder for the Skarmory that we saw in Strawberry's end.
And no matter what the Muck chooses here, it's a good choice to shield that attack because that Haunter does not have the highest defensive stats. So it would have taken a big chunk of damage.
All right, here it is. Big attack from the Linoon. Should do a ton of damage to Haunter, which is not exactly the bulkiest Pokemon. Oh my goodness, he just gets the knockout there. Really impressive damage. Really just trying to build up to that last Thunder. Of course, Mr. Morimoto still has one Pokemon in the back as well. Wants to kind of build some energy up there. Take this Sky Attack in one.
Bastiodon again. Good choice.
Great timing to bring that Bastiodon in. Does not even need to shield. Really just running away with the match here. In a great position to finish it out. Close it out. He's got Flamethrower on that Bastiodon. He's got one shield left. He's got Linoon with Thunder. I don't see him losing this match.
Yeah, definitely not. And we're going to go to a Game 5, which I'm really excited about because it felt like Strawberry had full control of this set earlier on. Mr. Morimoto figured out, this is how I beat your Venusaur. I need to bait you in, knock it out with my Muck, and then Linoon kind of really just paves the way for victory here. Still a shield even remaining. Going to be a big charge move here from Bastiodon. That should be able to get the knockout, so we should be going to a final last game. Doesn't actually quite get the knockout there, but we'll be able to finish it off. And here we go. We're going to go down to a final game.
Game 5. This is dope.
Winner moves on, losers eliminated.
And definitely not a position that is new for Strawberry 17.
Yeah.
In her first round against Yamada, she did come out of the gate 2-0.
Yep.
Yamada came back, took 2 games, and we went to a Game 5. So let's see if she, learned a little bit from that first round and can apply that and keep cool under the pressure here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, kind of just looking at her team, I don't think she can fall in the same trap. And a lot of this has been dictated by poor lead matchups. Because she's had poor lead matchups, she's been forced to switch into the Venusaur so early on. And that's what Mr. Morimoto's kind of been baiting out. He's been trying to get the Venusaur in so that the Muck can come out and then just knock it out because it looks like Muck has a pretty good advantage against the Venusaur. Venusaur's grass and poison type attacks don't do very much. This time actually leading right out with the Venusaur actually pays off quite nicely as Linoon is the lead.
Yeah, we're going to have to see an early switch from Mr. Morimoto here unless he wants to commit to, there it goes.
Yep, there's the switch.
Brings in the Muck. Of course, that gives Strawberry the advantage.
Oh, that is so nice for Strawberry. Definitely playing this a little bit differently, kind of risking the Venusaur switch in early on, or leading with it, but it pays off quite nicely. This time around, she's got something that could potentially knock out the Muck. Here's the Thunder Punch coming out. Doesn't do too much damage. No shield committed there.
Not too much damage at all, and of course, she is going to have to build up a lot of energy to fire off these Hydro Pumps or Thunders. And Mr. Morimoto does have 2 shields left, so this might not turn out to be the best matchup.
Yeah, this is kind of tough, actually, because Muck is just getting these charge moves way faster, and of course, Mr. Morimoto does have his shields as well. So you'd imagine he's probably going to want to shield this attack. It's a very high power, but high energy attack. Oh, does get the excellent. Is there a shield? Yes, there is. Excellent shield there from Mr. Morimoto.
Great call to shield there. And again, this really just shows the importance of choosing moves with low energy costs, especially early in the game like this. This Lantern is not able to connect with any of these charge moves.
Yeah, this is the 3rd charge move ready from Muck's end, and that's really tough because it's already doing so much consistent damage. So even though that was a nice switch in, because Lantern was so high powered with such high energy attacks, actually really not the best end of the trade-off there for Strawberry. Skarmory is out now, but that's an excellent switch in into the Bastiodon.
Mr. Morimoto expecting that Skarmory, bringing that Bastiodon every game so far, and it's really paid off.
You can kind of see the dynamic of the matchups. He's brought the same Pokemon, but he's kind of played it a little bit differently, and each of these check specific things, right? The Bastiodon obviously beats the Skarmory, the Muck kind of beats the Venusaur. You need to get the right things in the right times. Venusaur is going to come out, is going to use the final shield out here for Strawberry, but that's really kind of not the ideal position to be in, obviously, because there's still 3 Pokemon on Mr. Morimoto's end, and
he's gonna be. Pokémon is gonna be the king.
Still block a potential grass-type attack like a Solar Beam from this Venusaur.
Again, showing the importance of getting those Community Day moves. That she had Frenzy Plant, she might have been able to use it twice in the time that it took her to charge up to that Solar Beam, which of course Mr. Morimoto just blocked with his last shield.
Yeah, and here we go with no shields remaining on Strawberry's end. It feels like Mr. Morimoto might be able to walk away with this game. Let's see, the Flamethrower here most certainly will knock out the Venusaur. It's Skarmory against the world right now. We'll be able to pull it off. It's going to be quite tough, especially with super effective attacks like Flamethrower from Bastiodon and the Thunder from that Linoon.
Strawberry 17 committing to that sky attack a little early there. Maybe could have charged a little bit more energy for the flash cannon. Not going to deal much damage at all to that Bastiodon, which now he's free to use this flamethrower and take the match.
That was a really incredible set. I mean, Mr. Morimoto pulled off the comeback, really.
Yeah, Morimoto pulled off a pretty good comeback. He was down, what was it, 2-0? Yeah, he was down 2-0 and he came back and won 3 straight. Good job. He needs to be careful with that Linu now. I think we can all agree he has to be careful with leading with it. It is a very good Pokemon, and it is showing prowess, but he cannot lead with that anymore. He can keep it in the 3, but he can't lead.
Right, she was really relying on that Venusaur, which worked well in the first 2 battles, but once Mr. Morimoto figured out what he needed to do to take out that Venusaur early, it really just wasn't working as well in those later matches and probably end up costing her the set.
You know, I can't help but think, of course, she did have Medicham on her team. Medicham could have been an excellent Pokemon because you get the super effective power-up punches against both the Linoon and the Bastiodon. So in those kind of matchups, if you knock out whatever Pokemon is in those two, then Medicham kind of just sweeps through the game afterwards. So I feel like ultimately this was kind of a game about adjustments. Both players made some small adjustments, but it's a little bit tough when you're not switching your Pokemon outright. But of course, those kind of moves are always a little bit risky as well. So a lot of credit to Strawberry. I thought she played really well, and I loved watching her play throughout the course of this tournament.
Right, and these matches are just going to get more and more intense as we move forward in our bracket.
All right, only a couple of matches remaining for you guys. Right now, we've got the loser semifinals against Mr. Morimoto and Karime. The winner of this will play...
Getting close risk to being done.
...for loser's bracket, and of course, the winner of that will advance on to the grand finals. If the loser, whoever is advancing with the loser's bracket, will have to win 2 sets, I believe, in order to win the entire tournament. Poké, meanwhile, poised to be in a very strong position to win this, 9-1 right now, only dropping 1 game the entire tournament. Really excellent play throughout the course, really strong team. So we'll see if anyone can challenge him for the title in the grand finals.
Yeah, absolutely. Very excited to see some of these players make it this far in the tournament. And it really says a lot about their communities. You know, these players have to practice a lot to compete at such a high level. So to have a nice community to play with, to compete with, to practice with, really important.
How are you guys enjoying this PvP tournament? Like, what do you guys think? How do you like this? Do you like the way this is broadcasted or anything like that? Why is there...
Go out and find those people to play with. Go out on community day. Yeah. Find someone, you know, find your nearest park, and there's guaranteed to be a big group of local players there who are more than ready to embrace you. And
what's the issue with this?
I definitely want to ask you a little about the teams that we see, because there are only 4 players remaining in this tournament. So kind of your impressions, any surprises, because guys,
I'm going to test something real quick. If you don't mind, let me test this. Okay, we're good. All right. When you Poké King again, calling it. It's dope. You like it? Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Well, I wanted to know opinions because I'm curious. This is the first time ever. And let's see how many people are tuned in. 12,000 viewers. 12,000 viewers up there. So pretty exciting stuff. Carrie's not bad, but Morimoto's not messing around either. This is going to be interesting. Because Shadow Claw Linoon will rip through the Deoxys defense form. So this is very interesting. Linoon's going to be tanky too because it's such a low... Oh!
Against Skarmory.
Wow. Looks like we might have a little bit of an issue here. Mr. Morimoto appears to have locked in the wrong Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was actually part of his initial pool of 6. So it was like,
oh, it was an accident.
Yeah. So we'll see how they decide to resolve this. But Magneton definitely would have been a nice Pokemon in against Skarmory.
Oh,
that's for sure.
Definitely a great Pokemon to use there. Unfortunately, not one of the Pokemon that he registered on his team of 6 before this tournament began.
It is well formatted.
So as we figure that out,
yeah,
just, you know, going back
I think they did a good job setting it up.
Cool to see 2 of the community Pokemon in the Swampert and the Venusaur also put in so much work. And that Frenzy plant obviously being so powerful, and I'm really glad we got to see the dynamic of those 2 Pokemon go up against each other as well, because they're the some of the classic starters that we're familiar with.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the most popular Pokemon, and again, some of the most popular Pokemon to use in Pokemon Go PvP.
Yep.
So definitely a matchup we'll see more of as Pokemon Go PvP continues to evolve and grow. you know, we have a really great grassroots scene right now, but to see the game represented here at the Pokemon World Championships is just a huge leap forward for Pokemon Go.
Right, I know we keep talking about it, but truly it is so exciting to finally be able to see some competitive PvP play, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying it because there's definitely been a great demonstration of skill throughout some of these sets, especially those, you know, 5-game sets. Like, you can see the adjustments that players are making throughout the course of it. So, really excited for this next one. We've only got a couple of ones left for you, but they are definitely going to be some of the best sets of today. I'm so excited for that grand finals, but here we go. It's going to actually be Linoon coming out this time around Skarmory, so we know the Linoon, of course, gets access to that super effective Thunder, but it's going to be a little bit more frail than the Skarmory that it's up against.
Yeah, definitely not the best matchup for that Linoon. It does have Thunder, unfortunately. Takes a lot of energy to use that Thunder.
Right.
And in a lead matchup like this, of course.
Well, he didn't listen. He led with the Linoon, so
There is the first shield.
bad call on that one.
Linoon, as it's going to try to retaliate back with the Thunder, but like you mentioned, high energy cost. Most likely, Karime will be going for the shields if he's aware that Linoon has Thunder. There is the shield.
There it is. Good shield by Karime. Still a little bit of energy left over on the Linoon. Mr. Morimoto is going to switch now.
But need some high-ranked players rather than invite-only players. Well, I mean, you have King and Pokémon, and Karime ended up being pretty solid, actually. But you got to remember, I was talking earlier in chat with Zeta before he left. Only like 60,000 people participate in Sylph Road or Sylph League PvP tournaments. And those are unofficial, but that's not actually the most important part. But the most important part thing is that's like 0.00001% of all of the Pokemon Go players that play daily. There's like 5 to 10 million people that play daily. And there's only 60,000 people like competing. That's not very many. So what I'm trying to say is all the people who play Pokemon Go have no idea who the high-ranked Sylph League people are. Not a clue. Where is it streaming? Team Brooklyn, you can find it on Twitch, or you can just hang out with us if you want to. Very active in chat, but it's on Twitch. About halfway done with packing, by the way. Just gotta pack up the computer stuff. I like your profile picture, by the way, Team Brooklyn. That looks cool.
Had time to do that while that Skarmory was being sent in. You can queue up that charge attack while your opponent is choosing a new Pokemon.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a misplay there by Mr. Morimoto.
Going to be really tough to win that one now, and look how much damage Sky Attack from Skarmory is doing with no shields left, with 3 Pokemon on Karime's, and it feels like this game is all but over.
Yeah, I already packed up clothes.
It's,
I packed up clothes, toiletries.
To not get too greedy. Obviously, a lot of times you want to be able to get the knockout just through the quicker, the fast moves, but if you wait too long, then you lose your Pokemon. You don't even get any of those attacks off, and all that energy just goes to waste.
Right, it ends up being very important. A great ability to keep track of your opponent's energy levels so that you know when you are safe to just finish a Pokemon off with quick moves as opposed to committing to a charge.
What's interesting is I actually have a keyboard that came with my PC, a gaming keyboard, and a gaming mouse still in the box. So instead of unhooking, I mean, I have to unhook a lot of stuff out of my PC to pack it up, but I'm not going to take my mouse that's hooked up to it and my keyboard. I'm just going to pack up the ones that are already in boxes. So I guess that's going to make it a little bit easy to travel with. Because I got a lot of cords all over the place, and having to pull all those cords would suck. Might as well leave them where they are.
Going for that early power-up punch, trying to increase this Poliwrath's attack.
I'll probably be streaming Fortnite later today on Mixer. Link to the channels. Link to the Mixer channels in the description. That's growing quite quickly, and there's a Mixer streamer, Simbi. She's awesome. She's gonna have open lobbies for Fortnite. She's probably streaming right now, and I have a good feeling that she's gonna let me play with her. I was very active in her chat yesterday, and I helped her out a couple times on a COD, and she was very thankful for that. So she might actually let me play with her on Fortnite, so that'd be really fun. She's got almost 100,000 followers on Mixer, so that'd be a pretty big deal for me, I guess. Chance for growth, chance for an opportunity. This, as you can see, this battle's pretty one-sided.
Quickly, as Mr. Morimoto continues to charge up energy before committing to another Bone Club.
Let's see. Can do too much damage the first time around. Going to be an excellent attack, and wow, that Azumarill is just so tanky. It takes no damage from Bone Club, which is obviously kind of a low energy attack, but very also low damage output attack.
Yeah, definitely lets you use the charge attack really, really frequently, but of course, as we're seeing here, not much damage output at all.
Yeah, with no shields remaining, most certainly will faint to any attack from this Azumarill. Going to go for that Hydro Pump. Marowak will go down now, and that's tough because Marowak is definitely one of the Pokemon you want.
Ice Punch. Ooh. Maybe it's doing this for... He's doing this for a 10% buff and attack for his bubble? That's the only thing I can think of.
Alright, Skarmory now coming in again.
Ice Punch.
Poliwrath.
But he's got 2 shields, so this is over.
An Ice Punch.
Carry May's gonna go up 2-0.
Bit extra damage with Power Up Punch, increasing that Poliwrath's attack stat. But Carry May does have that shield there, and still has another shield left.
I don't really think I have much to pack. Oh, yeah, I do. I gotta get my controller and stuff.
Feels like Carry May's game at this point. The shield's been committed way too early on to Mr. Morimoto. And Marowak, which was probably the best answer against the Deoxys, went down way too quickly. So Carry May really putting on a clinic right now. 3-1, knocking all the shields out. Still got Deoxys, which can get those super effective counters off against the Bastion.
Yep, not looking good for Mr. Morimoto here. Carry May definitely fully in charge of this game here.
Absolutely. So kind of just waiting to see how things play out, but will be quite difficult. I feel like that's part of the problem with committing, obviously, with the shield so early on, and losing your best counter against Deoxys like that early on. Carry May hasn't even brought out the Deoxys at this point, but he's basically been saving it up this entire time, knowing that it can finish the game off.
There it is, coming out with those counters. Mr. Morimoto, unfortunately, no shields left. Psycho Boost not going to deal a ton of damage, but again, counter is really Deoxys' main source of damage against this Bastiodon.
Here we go, and Carry May will take the second game. 2-0 lead for Carry May. Really, really nice play. Kind of playing very, very nicely, especially with the Deoxys, but I feel like he's got this excellent defensive core with Deoxys, Azumarill, Skarmory. That's something we've seen a lot of in Go PvP, so nothing too surprising. And on the other side, for Mr. Morimoto, it feels like some of the more niche picks right now are kind of underperforming because they're just naturally weak to a lot of the stronger choices in this form.
Can Morimoto bring it back? We'll have to see. I think he has the right Pokemon to actually beat Carry May, but there's a lot of luck involved because it's got to be the right initial matchup and everything. So we're just going to have to see. It's going to be, like I said, there's a lot of luck involved in the first initial interaction. You either win that initial reaction or you lose it. There's nothing you can really do to dictate. In an open tournament, that is. In an open tournament. If it was like a self-tournament, there is things you can do to dictate your initial interaction immediately. But that would be a YouTube video I'd have to do. If I try to explain it, it would last 2 hours.
For the Linoon, as that Thunder is pretty much going to get shielded 100% of the time this early in the game.
It feels like Linoon is kind of a better late-game Pokemon where once you bait out the shields, you get these really powerful charge moves off, but earlier on, pretty much always going to be shielded.
He's leading with that darn Linoon again. Linoon, whatever.
Great shield bait by Mr. Morimoto.
Why did he do that?
Expecting the Thunder. Of course, Grass Knot costing just a little bit less energy.
All right, going for another one.
This is actually looking really good right now, though. He shouldn't shield this. If he does, he... Oh!
Smart shield by Carry May there. Probably paying attention to Mr. Morimoto's energy level. Energy ready for that Thunder.
So, trading shields right now, this has actually probably been the earliest usage of shields in this matchup. Neither player having shields left anymore.
What's up, Planty Z?
Great story for obviously.
Or Planty? How you doing?
But the Azumarill comes in as the Bastiodon comes out. That is not what you want to see if you're Mr. Morimoto.
Great timing there by Carry May. I don't know if he saw the switch coming or if he just decided to switch at the same time, but that worked out perfectly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is over already. Michael's like, GG.
So much damage. I mean, Bastiodon can retaliate back with the Stone Edge of its
Oh, that's
still
hilarious.
not doing nearly as much as the Hydro Pump itself is doing.
Right, definitely not the best matchup for Bastiodon here. And of course, with those switch timers locked in for at least the next 25 seconds, Bastiodon's stuck here with those bubbles.
Yep. So
Linoon.
there is a knockout, and Linoon definitely
No! How much health does his Linoon have? Because I would have saved that. I would have saved the Grass Knot and the Thunder.
Should be able to get the knockout here onto Azumarill. So
Oh, it's almost dead. Never mind. Okay.
Is very low on health. All right, looks like Skarmy here also has a charge move ready, so we'll just be able to knock out the Linoon. So Karime will take the 2-1 lead. Skarmy still being relatively healthy. Oh, but Alolan Marowak, obviously a decent Pokemon to have against Skarmy. It's going to come down to what Karime's last Pokemon is.
Alolan Marowak committing to the ground type move.
Oh.
It's not going to deal much damage to this Skarmory at all.
Yeah, definitely not the attack that you want to be using. Is it enough to get the knockout? No, it isn't. And that means Skarmy will be able to retaliate with the Sky attack of itself. So
This might be a one-hit KO.
Very advantageous position, even if the last one is Deoxys on his end. I think Mr. Morimoto in a very good position. He actually pulls out the switch there as well. So let's see. Going for it. It's like another Earthquake there, actually.
Bone Club.
How much damage this Alolan Marowak?
Or Bone Club, excuse me. Yeah, that does nothing. I think Karime should be able to close out this one. I feel like what really dictated the pace of this game was the unfortunate Azumarill versus Bastion matchup where both players switched, and it so happened that the Azumarill came in as Bastion came in. Perhaps Karime actually predicted.
Karime 3-0. King might lose to Karime. It's very possible.
Skill or luck that dictated that switch. He came out ahead.
Yep.
Big round of applause, of course, for Mr. Morimoto as he exits the stage.
He kind of made it far. Morimoto did.
I think
Happy for him.
Sold on. Like after, I'm gonna build my own PvP team after this. I'm gonna make sure I have a Linoon because it's so cool.
I'm glad it got some representation here on the main stage.
Was that something you had even ever expected to see at all, or is it just like totally out of the ballpark?
I've seen it once before.
Just once.
In a local tournament.
Okay.
And I was really impressed by it then. I'm really impressed by it now. I hope that
Linoon is a sleeper pick. He didn't use it correctly, but it's a sleeper pick. It's a good Pokemon.
We've only got, I believe, 2 or 3 matches left, so this tournament is really, really coming down to the wire. We're down to the losers finals. Of course, that's going to feature.
They are good matches, absolutely.
Karime being the 8th person who is invited to attend this tournament through that lottery. Really exciting to see him have such a breakout performance.
So Carrie is the guy that was the 8th person invited through lottery, and he's a beast.
Of course, he actually did go up against
He's a random.
Today, and King was able to win 3-0. So exciting to see what adjustments Karime maybe can make, especially after knowing what Pokemon
King swept him.
Yeah, he's got some momentum.
That's interesting. So yeah, he is going to be able to make some adjustments. Ooh, this is going to be a tough win for guys. We all know it's hard to beat somebody twice. It is hard to beat somebody twice.
Will definitely be the favorite, I think, going into the grand finals, not having dropped anything yet. He also gets some time to sit down, watch the other matches, see maybe what the other players are running in terms of their team compositions.
Yeah, definitely has the opportunity here to gain a little bit of knowledge about his opponents. And again, as the only representative of Team Valor, really, really impressive performance amidst a field of lots of Team Instinct and a few Team Mystic.
So excited to see how this plays out. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the action at home. We haven't even had much time to talk about things outside of the matches, but of course you can tweet at us using that hashtag #PlayPokemon. Go show your support for all your favorite players that you have watched throughout the course of this tournament. Of course, if you're interested in competitive Pokemon Go PvP, lots of resources out there online for you guys to
Let's see, am I forgetting anything else? Keyboard, mouse in the boxes already. Clothes,
find your local community.
Deodorant, toothbrush.
It changes everything in Pokemon Go.
We still got games going on
body
right
spray.
Now. Here we are.
I don't need shampoo or anything like that. I don't think I really need much else. Phone charger, but I already know that. That's in the back of my mind.
These are nothing too surprising.
I think I'm good to go.
You know, Deoxys, of course, gets the advantage in terms of having super effective rock slides. There is an immediate block from the Tropius.
Tropius just chipping away at Deoxys with Razor Leaf. Again, an attack that does a ton of damage as far as...
Come on, Carrie! Okay, well, first off, I have nothing against King. I don't. So I want to get that out of the way. I have nothing against that guy whatsoever.
Yeah, this is a fun trade-off where one Pokemon kind of has a stronger, fast move, whereas the other has one charge move that can hit for a lot of damage. So no surprise to see some shields being committed early on. Let's see if King wants to commit a shield this time around. He will, meaning like he now will be able to get a big rock slide off, and Tropius won't be able to shield that off.
Good play by King there, especially considering how little damage Counter has done to this Tropius. He's at a big HP disadvantage, but now with both shields down, he's able to connect with this rock slide.
Wow, look at that
really
damage.
Bring it back. Now immediately switching out to the Umbreon. trying to finish off this
Tropius was a good call. Look at this.
that dark type attack.
Yeah,
Look at how
that's
much,
a nice
man.
I mean, being able to conserve the Deoxys, just a little bit of HP. Tropius will be able to get a big attack off here, but Umbreon should be able to take it, knock it out, and then we'll have a charge move ready for once the Tropius goes down. Both charge moves actually now filled up in terms of energy, so we'll see what comes in right now, but with no shields, this is definitely going to be kind of a fast-paced.
I guess I can pop back up because I'm not.
Sableye is actually
I'm not really packing anymore.
against Umbreon. I mean, Umbreon will do a fair amount of damage with this foul play. Sableye, of course, won't be able to block that as well with no shields.
Right, and we did see the Sableye earlier from Carry May. We do know that it's running Power Gem.
Right.
So it'll at least be able to deal neutral damage, but King with so much energy charged up is able to use another foul play before that Sableye even gets to use a charge move.
Wow, all doing like 80% of damage. They're actually forcing the switch out as well, so that's definitely a great position for King to be in. I mean, this Umbreon is just getting all these charge moves off. This is kind of a low energy charge move that does kind of consistent damage across the board. It's exactly what you're seeing here. Gets another excellent off there. Not too much damage done there, but got to be content. And Swampert, what an excellent switch it into.
Oh no.
Of course, with Carry May
Oh no.
in with Bastiodon for at least the next 30 seconds, that switch timer slowly counting down. This Swampert is going to be able to connect with Hydro Cannon or Earthquake for tons and tons of damage.
Yeah, either will most certainly get the knockout, so presumably you want to go for the one with lower energy, just so you have a little bit of energy left in a position where you have so many super effective attacks off. Either will work. Bastiodon will faint there, and that was kind of the downside of switching Sableye out into Bastiodon, but it felt like there was just no good answer against the Umbreon. Sableye will get an attack off, but right now King still has all his Pokemon.
King definitely trying to save up a little bit of energy there.
Yep.
Wasn't able to get that Hydro Cannon off in time. Sableye knocks out the Swampert, and now it's back to Umbreon versus Sableye.
Ooh, I just hatched a Riolu.
Be the foul play that should be able to close
Nice.
out this one. And I think
554?
Umbreon honestly really impressed me in this one because
1,
what
2,
King was
3.
able to do was
91%.
cross over
Okay.
where Tropius couldn't do very much against it.
That's one I think I have.
So much energy. Then when Sableye came out, just got 2 big foul plays off back to back with no shields remaining, just did so much damage.
Yeah, really.
King barely won that one.
Mastery.
Literally barely.
Charge moves.
Wow.
And, the amount of energy that it really takes to use these moves.
Yep.
Knowing that he would be able to get a ton of damage in before that Sableye even had a chance to attack.
Absolutely. Really, really fun matchup, and we'll see how these players adjust. Sableye, I think, definitely a pretty unique pick, but one that really didn't get to do too much in this one because you really can't even do too much damage against Umbreon in the first place. Obviously, you'd want something like a Fairy-type Pokemon or a Fighting-type Pokemon in that position, but Sableye can trade, I guess, neutral damage, you said, with that power.
What's up, peeps tuning in? How we doing?
Because foul play does some pretty consistent damage.
What's happening?
Yeah, unfortunately, Sableye is a Pokemon that I really like in Pokemon Go PvP, but it seems to be underperforming here,
Right.
especially against King's team composition. So let's see how Carry May adjust if he brings in that Deoxys as a potential counter. It would be an interesting matchup against Umbreon because, of course, that Dark-type damage will be super effective against Deoxys, but Deoxys running counter would deal super effective damage right back.
Yep.
And I'm not sure Carry May has any other real serious contenders to go up against that Umbreon.
And here we go, game 2. King is up 1-0, and there's the Umbreon once again, actually just leading with it outright this time against Tropius. Last time around,
Tropius is going to do a lot more damage. Razor Leaf hurts a lot.
Get the knockout and then being able to get a lot of energy. This time around, you see Tropius is actually able to do a decent amount of damage with its fast moves, but definitely not a ton of damage, and Umbreon's going to be able to get some big foul plays off.
I think King definitely recognizing that Umbreon is a very strong choice against Carry May's team here, choosing to lead with it, but now switches it out for Skarmory in order to avoid some damage from this Leaf Blade. Not very effective at all against Skarmory.
Not at all, yeah. And here's
Oh!
we've seen how good of a matchup Bastiodon can obviously have against the Skarmory. These quick attacks coming out, really not doing anything against him. Bastiodon, of course, having that super effective flamethrower to hit it. Flash Cannon, of course, being definitely a better option, but there are still potential shields right now for carrying.
Right, and Skarmory locked in here for at least another 25 seconds. Is going to have to face this Bastiodon, unfortunately.
All right, let's see. Bastiodon now opting for one of its charged moves. Which one is
Stone Edge or Flamethrower?
Are we going to see a shield also from the Skarmory? No shield, actually, knowing that it's probably going to faint anyway, so doesn't want to bother committing a shield there for King's End.
I don't think King's going to win this one.
Deoxys to come out, get some very strong counters off as its quick attack, and be able to potentially get a knockout. Of course, now opportunity to shield from Bastiodon's Stone Edge.
Looking pretty rough.
Definitely has Will he choose to commit? Doesn't need to.
Yep.
Interesting switch by Carrymay there, bringing in the Deoxys for that mirror match.
All right, let's see. Gonna get a rock slide off. Oh, looks like King is actually looking to switch immediately out into Umbreon, which obviously Dark type against Psychic type, pretty favorable matchup, but no shields used on the end of Carrymay left yet. So I'd imagine probably wants to shield this super effective attack coming out from Umbreon.
Interesting to see King switch in here as that he's definitely Carrymay's best answer against his Umbreon, but hoping that his Dark type damage is enough to offset the fight.
Psycho boost. Wow. Should have went with a Thunderbolt if he could have. If he could have. Should have went with it.
With the Pokemon advantage, almost able to knock out the Umbreon. Umbreon here will be able to go for another foul play. It's going to be a super effective attack that would get the knockout onto Deoxys. No shield means that Deoxys here will fade, so 2-2 now, but both players have a shield remaining, and obviously Umbreon is quite low in terms of health.
I sent out the Tropius.
A lot of energy charged up, so this Tropius might be able to
Oh yeah, he's got this in the bag.
Alright,
Carrymay has this in the bag.
Now we know it has access to Rock Slide, but of course Carrymay still has access.
Those leaf blades charge up very fast.
Could potentially bait out the shield here from the Tropius. There is the shield, and now any more energy will ensure that a Rock Slide will be able to knock out the Tropius. One shield left on Kings, and as well, he has to go for it right now. Does not want to take a big leaf blade, which we've seen earlier. Will avoid the damage there. So Deoxys could really pull this off if it has enough energy to build up towards that Rock Slide. Okay, oh, but we actually see the switch out into the Bastiodon, trying to eat up one of those charge moves, but King doesn't go for it.
Great choice by King there. Not charge move. Carrymay definitely expecting it. Able to call his bluff and save that energy to then knock
Wow.
with Rock Slide.
Wow. You know what? Alright, so let me give you guys a tip on this. Razor Leaf Tropius is godly, right? But it has low energy per turn. It can learn Air Slash. If it had Air Slash, it would have had another Leaf Blade on that Deoxys where he didn't have to force that switch into Bastiodon. Just kind of giving you guys a different side of what would happen.
Already hard enough, but King right now is undefeated against him. 5 games in a row in which he has won. So it's definitely going to be an uphill battle, but
that was a good battle. That's what I like to see. That was a good battle.
Pressure on Carrymay here, and I feel like that Umbreon is really the biggest issue that he has with King's team. Again, his best Pokemon against that Umbreon, unfortunately, is Deoxys, which does take super effective damage right back.
Part of the problem is we saw earlier in the day that the Azumarill does not have Play Rough, and that's a very common move on Azumarill. So obviously if it had Play Rough, that'd be great. You can resist the foul plays, you can get a lot of powerful damage off. Maybe you still want to consider bringing Azumarill because at least it can take the damage pretty well, but for now, King just realizes Umbreon is so good, I'm going to lead with it again.
Yep, definitely a safe choice by King. Great recognition, great reading of his opponent's team.
Yep. So just trading damage right now with their quick moves. We are going to see a big potential attack come out from the Skarmory. It's going to be the Sky Attack, and is there going to be a shield? No shield from the Umbreon, so that's actually big because getting that much damage off against Umbreon early on is definitely where you want to do if you're Carrymay.
Yeah, especially considering how much he struggles with that Umbreon.
Yeah.
King letting that damage through could come back to hurt him later on in the match.
Let's see, both Pokemon still trading back and forth right now, but for once, the Umbreon is actually at pretty low health. We'll be able to get another big foul play off. Are we going to see a shield? Looks like we are, and it looks like King is actually opting to switch immediately, goes out straight into his Skarmory.
Mirror match, that's smart.
Now we'll be able to potentially finish off the opposing Skarmory and build up some energy for himself.
Yeah, queuing up that switch as that Umbreon was still using foul play. That's something you can do in Pokemon Go PvP.
Yep.
Even if that button isn't there, you can tap and bring up that switch menu so that you can queue up that switch and not lose any time between attacks and switches.
Absolutely. Azumarill coming in doesn't really take these attacks too well from the Skarmory. Sky Attack and Flash Cannon both doing some pretty considerable
It's amazing how powerful Sky Attack is, even with a Pokemon like Skarmory that has a low attack stat. We have to keep that in mind. That's so incredible.
Really able to consistently get some damage off. Some missed ones though, so not an excellent attack, but ends up being blocked anyway.
Wow, lucky break for King there, as he's not someone that misses targets very often.
Yeah. So Zoomer here will retaliate with an Ice Beam. Actually does so much damage, but doesn't quite get the knockout. However, both shields at this point have already been used by Carrymay, and of course the Umbreon still looking really good. I like the decision to even bring in a Azumarill because, like we were talking about, at least can resist the attack from the Umbreon pretty well. Ice Beam here will be able to get the knockout, but now I think Deoxys can kind of chunk away at everything and maybe close out the game with Umbreon in the back, especially because there's still multiple shields left for King's End.
Right, Deoxys just able to connect with this Psycho Boost with no problem, no shields left for Carry May, so field is wide open for King.
Psycho Boost there will get the knockout, so 2-2 now. Skarmory is
No,
going to come up, but of course that is
it's
quite low, and Rock Slide will be able to probably finish off at this point. King playing it safe right now, does not want to take any damage, will eat up the Sky Attack with his shield. Really nice shield at this point, especially because Skarmory's actually doing some pretty good damage. And we actually see a switch out there, maybe trying to bait out the Psycho Boost, but no bait there. Gonna go for the Rock Slide. Should get some good consistent damage off here against Sableye. But Sableye, at least a decent Pokemon to have up in front of the Deoxys.
Yeah, definitely going to deal some decent damage. Of course, King then follows with a switch to Umbreon, and we know how this match goes.
Yeah. Sableye actually will be able to get an attack off here first. It is the Power Gem that we talked about earlier, but a shield here will prevent it from Umbreon from taking any damage. Umbreon now has enough energy to go for a big foul play, and I think Umbreon Deoxys should be able to close out this one at this point. Umbreon indeed does have enough energy.
King's gonna win this.
Get the knockout here onto
To be honest.
King charging up a little bit of extra energy before committing to that foul play. So now he's halfway to another foul play, and he should be in a great position here.
Yep.
To fire that off and finish
Wow.
off this Skarmory.
Carry just doesn't have the Pokemon to really counter him out.
3-0, so
He doesn't.
ultimately
I don't think it was decision making. Carry just didn't have the Pokemon.
I feel like when your best answer is in a Azumarill that doesn't have Play Rough, that's really difficult, especially because that's the only answer against it. So.
Oh wow, yeah, he doesn't have Play Rough on his Azumarill. He has Ice Beam.
Right, definitely shows the importance of team building when it comes to Pokemon Go PvP, because that was kind of a glaring oversight by Carry May to not have an answer to one of the most common Dark-type Pokemon in Umbreon.
Having no, I feel like, strong fighting type attacks or fairy type attacks was really what hurt a lot, because it meant that the shield pressure was just always in King's favor. I feel like there's so many strong attacks on this team, you can really bait out the shields early on by not having too many resists to Umbreon. Umbreon being a pretty bulky Pokemon, it doesn't even need to shield that often because there are no major threats going up against it. You kind of just stick around and basically bait out a lot of shields from your opponent's end and then kind of sweep in the later game, which is what we saw.
Yep, and now we're going to head back to the bracket where King will be joining PokeAK in the Grand Finals. So a rematch of the winners finals. And let's see if King can make some adjustments here, or if PokeAK is going to take the win.
I hope so.
Right,
Come on,
I'm so
PokeAK.
excited to see how this goes. We have played through so many games of the Pokemon Go Invitational here at the World Championships in 2019. Hope you guys have been enjoying it at home. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Of course, there's so much action left for the rest of the day, even after the Go Invitational. There's VGC, there's TCG and Pokken throughout the entire weekend. But truly, it's been a pleasure to be able to do this tournament, and we've seen a lot of cool gameplay, I think. So I'm really excited for these finals.
Absolutely. Really looking forward to see this rematch. Again, two of the most prepared players, I would say.
Yep.
Definitely well-versed in the ways of Pokemon Go PvP. Again, like I've said, King and I have traveled all over the world together. King has traveled independently. PokeAK, I know, has a really strong community where he gets to practice PvP. So it's really important. Again, community is a huge aspect of Pokemon Go, and kind of a unique one, I think, in that as Pokemon Go players, we're really face-to-face all the time. So really just go out, search up Pokemon Go tournaments near me if you're interested in, maybe getting into this Pokemon Go competitive scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this last match is going to be pretty interesting because they actually have a lot of Pokemon in common. Obviously, Skarmory, Azumarill, and the Defense Deoxys. So no surprise to see three of the best Pokemon being used, but that definitely has set the pace for a lot of these matches. Both of them are carrying it. But of course, on King's end, he is running that Swampert, and on PokeAK side, he's got that Venusaur. And obviously, we saw in the first time they played which one of those has the upper hand when they face up against each other.
Right, and that could end up making all the difference, especially considering how similar their team compositions are.
Okay, so you guys want to know, foreshadowing, King is not going to run Swampert at all. He's not going to run it at all. If I was him, I wouldn't run it. If I was PokeAK, I might still run it because Frenzy Plant just hits like a truck. Because all Pokemon except for the Skarmory will not take, all Pokemon take mass neutral heavy damage. Like, heavy mass neutral, whatever. Right? So, Frenzy Plant's still going to hit really hard if it's anything but Skarmory, which means that could still be a good move to go with, because Umbreon's not really going to do that much damage. Gotta look out for the rock move on Deoxys, but Deoxys is using counter instead of a psychic move for a quick move, which would actually do super effective damage to so yeah.
Please welcome to the stage, Poké and please welcome Pogo King.
King.
If you will both come forward, shake hands, positions, and we'll get right into this game.
Okay.
Here we go, the grand finals here at the Pokemon World Championships in Washington, D.C., the Pokemon Go Invitational Tournament. So excited to see how this plays out. We've already seen these players battle once in the bracket. This is definitely the second time, but it could even be a reset for the bracket. So lots of action happening right now. Ooh, and we've actually got some stats for these players. Look at that.
Ooh, look at this.
These are definitely some of the most dedicated Pokemon Go players. Poké 6,189 kilometers walked in his time as a Pokemon Go trainer. 139 million experience. Of course, 20 million is all it takes to get to the max level of 40. So he's gone far beyond that.
Of course, you see his team on the right side. Really no surprises there that we've seen today, but Venusaur definitely being an integral member.
Venusaur, even if, like, I don't want to AK or knock on wood, I'm going to. Even if he loses, Venusaur is the MVP of this tournament, guys, hands down.
Really has been
Tropius.
But also clearly quite the good battler here, and he's been rocking quite the team.
And just take a look at his stats. We were impressed by Poké 10,000 kilometers by King, 660 million experience. So definitely lots of experience, both in game and in battles.
Absolutely, I don't think it's a surprise to see that these guys are up here with each other in the finals. So here we go. Grand finals time. Poké coming from the winner's bracket. There is the Azumarill lead for him and the Skarmory lead. And an instant switch to the Tropius, which obviously has quite the good typing against Azumarill.
Azumarill, of course, running that Ice Beam, which is going to deal a ton of damage to Tropius if it goes unshielded.
Is there a shield? Oh, no shield, and it takes so much damage there.
Wow, I don't know if
King, what are you thinking?
Maybe play rough or didn't remember from previous matchups that this Azumarill is running Ice Beam, but that was a ton of damage.
No shield this time from the Leaf Blade either, so both Pokemon falling quite low. Obviously, both players have their shields out right now. There's another Ice Beam coming out from the Azumarill that
he needs to eat it. King needs to eat that.
Poké will connect with everything, and once again, no shield.
Of course, King letting that Tropius go, knowing that whatever he brings in next will probably deal enough damage to knock out this Azumarill before it's able to really retaliate.
Alright, it's going to be the Skarmory. Looks like we see in who is going to replace Azumarill. Obviously,
I'd go with mirror matchup.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Poké is comfortable knowing that the opposing Skarmory has already taken some damage. He knows he'll win that positive trade-off if they just keep doing the same damage to each other.
Of course, Skarmory versus Skarmory, and we did see Altaria there as a third Pokemon.
Altaria is a good choice.
Interesting to see that double flying type composition.
Potentially to wall, the Swampert like King obviously has on his team composition. So right now we have the classic Skarmory versus Skarmory matchup. Typically in these, the shields don't come out until kind of later on, but here's actually an earlier shield to try to maybe get some momentum going into King's favor.
Yeah,
okay, so King just shielded. Poké could go for a shield. He could.
Sky Attack not going to deal very much damage at all as Poké continues to build towards his own charge attack.
These situations are always kind of amusing because I feel like you obviously want to switch out, but you're also just content trading damage on Skarmory's because Skarmory is such a pivotal Pokemon for teams in general. No shield once again from King's end, so his Skarmory will fall quite low. Another Sky Attack.
Shield.
There. Poké still has both of his shields. We'll see if he decides to commit one here. Looks like he will choose to use one.
Of course, neither player wanting to give up that switch advantage, just opting to stay in battle with Skarmory here, knowing that by switching out first, you're giving up a lot of pressure.
Alright, there's Altaria in now and Deoxys in for King, so going for a big Sky Attack. You're not able to connect with a lot of those, so not an excellent attack, but fortunately, the shield comes out from King.
Of course.
Look at the damage.
Counter, not going to be dealing a ton of damage with that fast attack against Altaria here. Altaria is going to want to shield against this Rock Slide. Good choice by Poké, good shield usage.
So at this point, neither Pokemon or neither teams have shields left at this point, so we're just going to see some heavy offense. We're going to see which team can get their charge attacks faster. It's going to be Altaria for now, going for a big Sky attack, and that chunks the Deoxys very, very comfortably. But of course, the Deoxys, like you mentioned, does have access to that super effective Rock Slide.
Let's see if it's enough to knock out the Altaria here.
Is it going to be enough? Oh, it's so close.
Left.
But Deoxys might be able to finish off the deal with...
Yeah, that's okay. No, no, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good.
Of course, coming in, not needing to use that charge move yet, but does have that energy saved up. And it's enough to finish off King's Skarmory. Great play by PokeAK, saving that energy on Skarmory, switching out earlier in the match, and having that Sky attack ready to go.
Yes.
There we go. That is going to be the first win for PokeAK. He is 2 wins away from being crowned #1 here at the Pokemon Go Invitational at the World Championships. And he has been on fire. I think he's 10-1 now up until this point. He's only dropped 1 game to King, and like you mentioned, a really, really great decision to kind of switch out a low HP Pokemon that had high energy, that could really just get one final attack off.
Right, yeah. Great move, saving that Pokemon for the end of the match there. And of course, it obviously paid off as he takes that first battle.
All right, we'll see what adjustments King can make. On the top of your head, you know, having seen their teams, is there any way you think King should be playing differently, or maybe some Pokemon he should be bringing that we haven't seen so far?
Well, it's interesting that neither of them opted for those community day Pokemon
Right.
that we saw in their previous meeting here. No Swampert, no Venusaur. I expect to see at least one of those get switched in here.
Right.
PokeAK maybe doesn't need to make too much of an adjustment, having just won that match. The pressure is on King to adapt to what PokeAK is bringing to the table.
Yeah, definitely. Swampert would be so cool to see, but I feel like it's kind of tough bringing that into a matchup where you have 2 flying types, because obviously the ground type based Earthquake isn't going to be doing nearly as much damage, and it's a lot easier to kind of have 2 switch-ins. So, ooh, it's actually going to be a Lantern coming out, and King actually led with that Skarmory, so that was a really, really good lead for PokeAK.
Wow, and immediate switch by King there. PokeAK keeping that Lantern in, although he was contemplating the switch.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there going to be a shield? No shield, but Lantern actually taking damage from that Psycho Beast pretty well. Like you mentioned now, though, wanting to go for that switch is going to bring out a Azumarill and is going to be able to get some good bubbles off right now. But nicely, definitely had the advantage in terms of Lantern versus Skarmory.
I know, I should have put money on it. I should have went to Vegas or something.
Psycho boost of Deoxys. Again, King's Deoxys not running Thunderbolt, which would make, you know, make this a little bit more difficult for Azumarill.
Right, and of course, PokeAK being able to make the call knowing that he doesn't have Thunderbolt because he already revealed the Rock Slide. So Ice Beam there will do a lot of damage in return. It feels like PokeAK has an early lead, especially because the Lantern got let into the Skarmory. That kind of forced the switch out from King's end immediately.
Here we go, one more Psycho boost from Deoxys before the Azumarill will most likely finish it off.
See, it's close. Oh, actually, a charge move here coming up from Deoxys, and PokeAK
Smart.
does not want the Azumarill
He's
to
gonna
go
get 2 Ice Beams off in a row.
over shield. Now he'll
Yeah,
protect
bro,
the
it's still going on.
Yeah,
This is the finals, so stick around. This is it.
To potentially get a big attack off on anything that switches in.
Still a good play by King to get that last shield before the Deoxys fainted there.
Yep.
PokeAK
Oh, not a Hydro Pump.
off of those quick moves, but just not.
He might have an Ice Beam after this. I don't know.
Skarmory decides to shield here. It's going to be a very powerful Hydro Pump. If not, looks like he does decide to shield. You see PokeAK is already primed up to switch out, instantly going out into that Lantern. And oh, he's prepared. He has got an Electric type attack ready, primed for the Skarmory, gets an excellent one off. But the shield does come out there from King, so he's committed both of his shields at this point.
King now bringing in that Tropius.
Using Air Slash, that's smart.
Lantern here
Smart.
in the battle for another 45 seconds.
Very smart.
1 minute switch timer counts down. Not looking good for Lantern here. Leaf Blade, enough damage to finish it off there.
Yeah, opting not to switch there, but oh, Venusaur, definitely an interesting Pokemon here where both Pokemon have super effective attacks against each other. Of course, PokeAK still does have that shield, so you can block potential aerial waves coming out from that.
Shield it. Shield it. Shield it.
The Tropius, of course, can't switch out either because it just switched in, so can't just go out into Skarmory and heat a potential Sludge Bomb. So there it is. There is the Sludge Bomb.
It's super effective damage, guys. This could be 1-hit KO.
Oh my goodness.
Tons of damage. Not quite enough, but Tropius not in a good position here. No shields left on either side of the field. Tropius is able to get that aerial wave. excuse me, actually went for the Leaf Blade. Not enough energy for Aerial Ace.
Yeah, going for the Leaf Blade, and it doesn't get the knockout like you mentioned because it's weaker. Oh, but the Venusaur still falls down, so it's all down to a Azumarill right now. Let's see, it is quite low. Obviously, not great type matchup against Tropius to begin.
He should have used a Frenzy Plant. What's he doing?
Might just be able to pull this one back. Let's see. Oh, we actually see the switch out, and yeah, Skarmy with so much.
No, he should have.
Take any attack from the Azumarill.
Actually, it wouldn't have mattered.
Looks like the win is going over to King, and it's going to be 1-1.
Certainly impressive considering that Lantern was led into the Skarmory. I think that was obviously as bad of a lead matchup as you could have saw, but ultimately it felt like the Tropius this time around put in a lot of work for King.
Yeah, that Tropius comes into the matchup with Venusaur, and they're fairly evenly matched. Each one, like you said, having a super effective move to cover the other, and it really comes down to shield usage and just how these players choose to use their Pokemon.
If anything, I feel like that might highlight like Skarmory as a Pokemon for King's End. You know, if you don't trade all that damage with the opposing Skarmory and you have your shields, it's able to really take decent damage from all these Pokemon, and you can retaliate back with some very strong Sky attacks or Flash Cannons.
Yeah, again,
I just realized it's 1:14 in the afternoon. I've yet to even eat something. I guess I'll grab something on the road.
today.
Yeah,
What should I go grab, fam? It's gotta be fast food. It's gotta be quick.
the late game there kind of to seal things up, but
What should I grab?
kind of distribute damage across the board.
I'm gonna be going past Steak and Shake, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's.
Poke also took a lot of damage with that
Technically Taco Bell?
Yeah,
Just had McDonald's. What'd you get? I'm curious.
in that matchup. Here we go next with Altaria leading into Deoxys. Altaria,
So here's something that's interesting, guys. King has to win 6 times.
Rock Slide.
Not 3.
Super effective.
6.
So Poke
He has to win 6 times
definitely
to win.
shield here if he wants to avoid a big chunk of damage.
Wendy's, you know, I'm gonna go with Wendy's. You can't go wrong with Wendy's. You can't. It's impossible.
Surprising, but Skarmory is going to swap in as a result, and because the Skarmory comes in first, that's the perfect time for Lantern to come out.
Cheeseburger and chicken
That's
nuggets.
what I have against Skarmory.
No
I'm
fries?
talking about how good Skarmory is, but now this Lantern threatens the Skarmory with electric type attacks like that Thunderbolt.
Especially with that Skarmory now being locked in for the next 45 seconds. I think King was expecting a Sky attack from Altaria, which is why he brought that Skarmory in.
Yeah.
PokeAK was smart not to commit to that attack, and now gets to follow King's switch and keep that advantage.
Here we go, Skarmory going for another Sky attack, not very effective. PokeAK not deciding to shield there because, of course, the damage output is just not.
Now
there
Thunderbolt.
for Skarmory.
Use it.
Actually charging up and not using these charge moves quite yet. Now he is going to use one. Actually, Skarmory, having had enough energy already, is going to get the charge move off first. The PokeAK still not using those charge moves. Imagine no shield either. So
Wow.
interesting.
Really confident in his ability to survive that hit.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, if not, the Lantern would have just basically wasted all the energy there.
They're nasty. I love potatoes, so.
Potentially could get yet another one off as this Deoxys comes in, but nope, looks like Deoxys will just be able to finish it off.
Unfortunately, a little bit of wasted energy there as that Lantern was so close to getting that next charge move.
This is gonna.
All right,
Okay.
Altaria, though, coming in with all this energy, being able to
Oh,
get the
Tim.
charge move.
Crabhammer's gonna probably make Kingler in the top 5 water
A lot
types.
of shields being used now.
If Pokemon Go does it right, if Niantic does it right,
Again, it's
Crabhammer should make Kingler in the top 5 because Kingler's attack stats like 245. I'll tell you what. Let me double check on that for you guys.
got Frenzy Plant on the Venusaur.
Let me double check. I can do it real quick.
To this Deoxys.
All right, let's see. Venusaur trying to retaliate back. Still one shield left on the side of PokeAK. Going to go for
Gen
a
1.
But of course, one shield available for King. He will be able to block that attack. So this is coming down to the
Kingler has an attack stat of 240. So yeah, it could be in the top 5 if Crabhammer's a good move. Absolutely.
Charging up towards that Frenzy Plant here. PokeAK commits to the charge move, and that's going to be enough damage. Most likely to knock out this Deoxys.
Oh, absolutely. Frenzy Plant's ridiculous.
We know how strong it is. Look at all that damage off against Deoxys. We'll get the knockout. 2v1 matchup now, but there is an Umbreon. Umbreon definitely no stronger Pokemon King's End, but PokeAK has already built up all this energy. He's able to get a couple of charge moves off with this Venusaur.
He still has Altaria, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a 2-1.
Oh, look at that damage. Another one should just get the knockout, too.
Now switching in that Altaria. choosing to use it essentially as a shield for the Venusaur.
That was
Yep.
an excellent switch there. Yeah, exactly. Venusaur is kind of the win condition at this point. Altaria isn't going to do much damage, but you eat up the foul play now, kind of waste the energy on Umbreon's end, and now it is really going to be a tight battle here to the finish. Who gets the charge move off first? Oh! Looks like it's the Venusaur. That should be enough to get the knockout.
See from the reaction on King's end that he had just enough energy charged up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, PokeAK was able to get his charge attack off.
Okay, so you want to know why he was able to get his charge attack off first, PokeAK? It's because the time that it takes to fire off a Vine Whip, its window of time, how long the animation is, means it's quicker. So that means you can tap on your charge move quicker. But Snarl's window of time for it to go off an attack, you have to wait for that long move to go off before you could use your charge move. He was clicking on the charge move, but because he was in between a Snarl, he had to wait for Snarl to end. Its time of use is long. Vine Whips is short. So he was able to use the Frenzy Plant a lot quicker no matter what, because that time for Vine Whip to go off is so small. Therefore, he's able to hit the charge move way faster than the Snarl Umbreon. And of course, I mean, it's one of the reasons why you guys are tuning into me, because Nick did not explain that.
Definitely an uphill battle for King, but he showed his worth in that last game.
I guess that's part of me working for the Pokemon Go Hub.
We're going down to game 4. Gonna be the Altaria lead and the Deoxys lead from both trainers. So, once again, no surprise to see it typically in this, kind of just trading damage, but of course the Deoxys has the advantage with that Rock Slide.
Definitely a familiar matchup here, something we've seen before. Let's see if King can adjust and play this a little bit differently.
Oh, so much damage from the Rock Slide. We saw the same thing earlier on the first game, but PokeAK was able to end up winning anyway because he wanted to conserve the shields. He's okay taking that Rock Slide damage from the Deoxys. Gonna go for a great, gets the excellent Sky Attack off, and there's the shield. First shield out from Deoxys.
King opting to use that shield early, now charging up towards another Rock Slide. Does PokeAK
You could use the shield.
Altaria faint in this situation? No, he could.
Yeah, because he's gonna get because he could bait King's shield again.
PokeAK now committing to that Sky Attack, and then looking to switch immediately afterwards.
See, gets just a great Sky Attack off, but another shield down for King's end, so that's both shields down at this point. Gonna be able
No.
to get a big
No shield. Save it for a dire situation.
Probably won't be because it's so low HP, and yes, Deoxys will get the attack off there.
PokeAK lets the Altaria go, contemplating which Pokemon is going to be better
Lantern.
in this situation. Commits to the
Lantern.
Yeah,
and now
tough to bring in
charging up those
Venusaur
moves.
in that position due to the potential Psycho boost there. So, Lantern coming out actually does just get the knockout there into Deoxys, and charges up a fair amount of energy, so King opts
Umbreon?
to go for a switch there. This Lantern is pretty close to getting a big Thunderbolt or Hydro Pump off as well.
Just barely able to finish off with those quick attacks. And now
Armory coming out.
It's over.
Beat out a potential Thunderbolt. Okay, into the Umbreon. But PokeAK
Hydro Pump.
decided not to go for that Thunderbolt earlier, so now we'll potentially get a big Hydro Pump off if it decides to stay in.
looks like these
Not
players
sure
have run
that's
into some technical issues.
Yeah, you're going to see the Hydro Pump coming out right now from King, or from PokeAK, excuse me. Going to get that off. Does so much damage to the Umbreon. As, looks like, yeah, we might have reset for that game. I'm not sure what was going on, so I'll try to find out real quick for you guys.
Yeah, we'll see. We see them talking back and forth, kind of communicating to each other that maybe they might have had some issues. So we'll see how this ends up.
All right.
Man, PokeAK was gonna win that.
Still waiting on
It is what it is.
What happened there exactly? Looks like the players actually disconnected from each other during that game, so they weren't able to input attacks against each other. We just saw one perspective of it, so I think we're probably going to do a redo of that last game.
Of course, some good sportsmanship there. You know, trusting the opponent in that they weren't able to get those attacks in. So
Yeah.
definitely, these players have a lot of experience. No problem heading back into this match to reset this next game.
As we wait, though, I mean, let's kind of talk about what we've seen so far. What do you think of the Pokemon that both players brought into that matchup and how they played up until that point?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting to see them, again, leading with the same Pokemon, Deoxys versus Altaria there. And interesting to see PokeAK letting so much damage through early on, but choosing to save those shields. So I'm curious to see if King kind of adapts his strategy.
Yep.
Knowing
Shields are very important.
that Altaria is probably going to let some damage through early on.
All right, here we go. Redo of Game 4. Alteria's out, and there is the Deoxys from King's End. Both of them just trading damage once again. We've seen how this has played out before. We know the Deoxys has rock slides. We know that PokeAK tends to not go for the shields earlier on against these rock slides, so wouldn't be surprised to see him just kind of take one here, and that's exactly what happens.
Yep, now charging up towards that Sky Attack. A little bit of extra energy, but committing to the Sky Attack now. Will King shield? Keep this Deoxys.
Is there a shield? Yes, there is a shield that came out, and this is kind of a replay, it seems like, of that last match where Deoxys shielded the Sky Attacks both times. So once again,
Shield this.
big attack coming out this time. Psycho Boost, of course, came out last time. Wonder if he's going to try to bait it out again. Looks like Psycho Boost is coming out, and there is the shield once again.
Another bait, these players playing this match exactly the same way as the last game went.
Altaria going for yet another Sky Attack. Last time around, there was a shield from Deoxys, so they might just actually be re-inputting the moves up to the certain point from that last match, which would make sense.
Yeah, definitely good sportsmanship. You know, nice to play the same way up until they had those issues.
Yep, so here we go. Deoxys going for a Psycho Boost. This time, we'll get the knockout onto Altaria. Of course, last time we saw the Lantern switch in, so no surprise to see that once again, really able to just get some quick damage off here as Deoxys will feign. So I think last time we saw the Skarmory come in, but I'm sure that's what King didn't want, so I wouldn't be surprised to see something else come in instead of the Skarmory. Let's see. King is deciding, and it is going to be the Umbreon instead. That's definitely a better switching into the Lantern. Doesn't have to worry about super effective Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that Hydro Pump, though, if it goes unshielded, is going to deal a ton of damage. Of course, King has no shields left, so that Hydro Pump's going to get through.
Oh my goodness,
a big chunk out of that Umbreon's HP.
Pretty much
Shield it and lock it in, PokeAK. Well, actually, he doesn't have to. Okay. Lock it in. Obliterate him. Umbreon isn't that strong of a Pokemon. It's not that strong.
Yeah, just a little bit too slow in that switch input there.
See?
The Lantern stays in.
Stay in there.
Too much damage from the foul play.
Yep. Here we go. It's kind of a battle to see which Pokemon gets their charge move off first. Okay, it's going to be the Lantern. It will be able to get the knockout onto the Umbreon, so it is...
Yeah, but he probably has... He has Skarmory left.
By any means, especially because Skarmory here, of course, has quite the good matchup against what we saw was...
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He does.
Just in time. Thunderbolt coming across, going to be super effective against that Skarmory.
There it is. It does so much damage. They're actually swapping out potentially to, you know, eat up an attack here from the Skarmory, then the Lantern.
Oh.
Finish this game off, but this will be a very effective high attack on the Venusaur. So much damage.
Big hit.
Oh, it's not over by any means. Is King going to be able to pull this off? Let's see. Lantern does not have very much energy right now. Is Skarmory going to be able to pull it off? Oh! Skarmory gets it. King forces a game 5.
Just
oh my goodness.
barely pulls it off.
That was as close as it gets. I think the Lantern needed just one more quick attack off, and it would have been able to win this game. So, wow, it doesn't get any closer than that.
Incredible.
Whew.
That could have been over.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
No, I mean, I
I
think this finals is highlighting the switch mechanic especially, right? Kind of switching out, conserving really important Pokemon for later on. But, wow, really, really great demonstration there. And even though King gave up his shields earlier on, PokeAK was able to, or he was able to pull off the game against PokeAK. Really impressive play.
Yeah, great foresight by King there. And really just maybe a little bit of luck in just having barely enough HP left to really survive that last attack.
Here we go. It's going to be game 5 here between King and PokeAK. We'll see who comes out on top. I believe if PokeAK wins, he will be crowned the grand champion. But if King wins, we'll actually have a second grand final set.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting either way.
Either way, super dynamic gameplay. I really want to see the Swampert come out again because the Venusaur finally made an appearance again, but I don't think it will.
Yeah, I think King's a little nervous about bringing the Swampert back, considering PokeAK definitely has an advantage in that Venusaur. So, looks like they're leading off with flying types here, and PokeAK looking for an early switch, charging up a little bit of energy before committing to it, and then bringing in the Azumarill.
So some quick switches from both ends, and Tropy is an excellent Pokemon to switch into Azumarill. Of course, we do know the Azumarill has access to this Ice Beam, though, so the matchup isn't as one-sided as it may seem. King knows, of course, Azumarill has Ice Beam, so surely he'll want to shield this. We'll see if he actually decides to, or whether he'll just want to eat it up. We'll get the Ice Beam off.
He has let this Ice Beam through before, so Let's see what he decides to do here.
All right, looks like it will go through, and yeah, it doesn't shield it, so taking so much damage there, maybe comfortable, trying to bait out the damage earlier on, comfortable taking that. Looks like game has some connectivity, so issues, so hopefully we might get another rematch here. I think that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of connectivity issue there. Of course, these players, again, gonna reset. Head into this next battle, again with the same Pokemon, same teams. So as they scan each other's QR codes there.
Definitely one of
Why
the-
isn't that guy just standing there the whole time? Why is he not standing in the center? Why is he like 8 feet back, or not 8, let's say 800 feet back? Why is he not in the center as a ref? Like, why? I don't get it. There should be people reffing. I mean, there are in the Silph tournaments. There's people sometimes on the sides making sure that there's no connectivity issues, and if there is, they make the call. But he's way back there. That just doesn't make sense to me. Everything else is very it's set up nicely, but that would be the only thing I think they should do, is have the ref in the center and just stand there, or look over his shoulder or something. I don't know.
Deciding not to shield the Ice Beam is definitely an interesting decision because Ice Beam is such a strong attack against Tropius specifically.
Right, with that double super effective damage. I think that King might have been affected by the connection issues.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why that shield didn't go through,
Yeah.
leading to this rematch that we're about to see.
And of course, earlier on in the tournament, we saw that King did just eat up an Ice Beam with the Tropius, but that was maybe because he didn't know that the Azumarill had Ice Beam, kind of wanted to scout it out, or maybe he was comfortable taking it. Obviously, it never looks great to take up so much damage from a super effective attack, but sometimes you kind of want to maybe just bait out or scout out what your opponent is running.
Right, in the right situation, you can definitely let some damage through, but I don't think that Ice Beam against the Tropius is the right situation.
Yeah. All right, these players are ready. Here we go. Game 5. PokeAK, if he wins, will take home the championship. King looking to reset the bracket. So once again, yeah, it looks like they're going to make the same switches that they did earlier on, kind of playing it out. So this time around, I expect to see the Ice Beam, and we'll see if there is going to be a shield coming out from the Tropius. Last time around, King didn't have the opportunity to shield, but of course we disconnected. No shield this time around, so playing it the same way. Once again, maybe that was indeed intentional.
Wow, King just letting all that damage through, retaliating here with a Leaf Blade. Gonna deal super effective damage to the Azumarill, but not nearly as much as that Ice Beam just dealt to the Tropius.
Yeah, so Tropius taking so much damage there, but Azumarill also quite low by itself. No shield, of course, committed yet, and it's a high-pressure situation. You really, really want to conserve your shields for the most
Altaria.
situations. So,
I mean, well, he has to.
Azumarill is down. Tropius, very, very low HP, will faint relatively quickly to any attack. I think Altaria right now in a prime position to maybe charge up its energy while knocking out Tropius. That's exactly what happens here.
And one interesting thing.
Keep the energy charged up.
PvK took a little bit of time to
Oh.
select his Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because that switch timer does continue counting down.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of free time there to get closer to your next switch. And of course, it worked out because now he has that switch available to bring this Lantern in. King, of course, follows with Deoxys. And we'll see how this match plays out. Not necessarily an advantage for either of these Pokemon right now. So it's going to come down to shield usage. PokeAK here choosing not to shield the Psycho Boost.
All right, Psycho Boost doing a hefty amount, not too much, but PokeAK's energy now is charged up, does have the opportunity to go for one of those Thunderbolts or Hydro Pumps. Gonna opt for the Thunderbolt. Let's see if a shield comes out this time around from the Deoxys. There is the shield. You'd imagine, no surprise.
That's the last one, right?
In the game.
Yeah, a little bit of
Or is that one?
as that Hydro Pump would have dealt a lot more damage, but saves on energy by using Thunderbolt. Now has a little bit energy saved up, able to use his shield, and now can fire off another charge attack against King's Deoxys.
All right, let's see. PokeAK no longer has any shields remaining, though, so he is down to his last few Pokemon. He's got to go full offense here at this point.
I think King's gonna win this.
Still left on King's end, and he does use it there. So here we go. It is going to be a 2v2 battle. No shields remaining, and Altaria actually has enough energy charged for the Sky attack. Should be able to just knock out the Deoxys from this point.
Great play by PokeAK to save that energy.
Oh my goodness.
Shield down and then bring that Altaria in, ready to attack. And again, so much energy charged up that it can now use a second Sky attack against King Skarmory.
Excellent conservation of energy. Does so much damage there to the Skarmory.
This is over.
Pull this off.
I don't know.
Big attack coming out right now. Skarmory charging for one.
This should do.
No shields remaining. Will it be enough enough to knock out the Altaria. Altaria is obviously quite low, and oh, it hangs on with just a little bit of health remaining.
Altaria using that Dragon
So
Breath.
close. Okay, Altaria feigns. Here we go. It's down to Skarmory and down to Lantern. Kind of same situation. They're both so low, but oh, Skarmory has the attack. It's gonna get the knockout.
Just enough energy to get that attack
No
off.
way. This Skarmory has
and
been
take
so
the match.
close.
Pokey AK needs
King, of course.
he needs Skarmory on his team, or he'd beat King every time.
The bracket here.
He needs Skarmory on his team.
Oh my goodness. I believe there should be a bracket reset given that it was a winners and a losers bracket. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure, but both of those last games, it was like Skarmory having a sliver of HP, just having enough energy both times, relying on those charges.
On the edge of my seat, having a heart attack.
If you're able to get them off, it makes all the difference. And both times, Lantern was so close to pulling it off. It feels like, you know, kind of just a millisecond or a second away from really being able to seal up the game.
Right, these last few matches really coming down to the wire. Just
They are awesome battles.
Evenly matched these players are.
Yeah.
They've now each won one set of matches against each other, and we're going into our second grand finals to crown a champion at the first Pokemon Go Invitational tournament.
Is so fun to watch, honestly. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better grand final set. The fact that those two last games came down to one Pokemon against one Pokemon, both of them under like 10 HP. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, incredibly close.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, obviously exhilarating for King, but heartbreaking for PokeAK. But, you know, PokeAK's won still multiple games against King. Definitely has played very well throughout the course of this finals and, of course, before this final. So we'll see what adjustments the players make. It seems like Skarmory is obviously a very high priority pick for both trainers.
Yeah, at this point, they've seen everything that each other's team has to offer.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they build their teams. Teams of 3 heading into this next match.
And one thing to note is that, unsurprisingly, King has opted really not to.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, this is insane.
Matchup against multiple things, obviously the Venus.
This is insane.
Flying types like Skarmory and Altaria, for example. So probably not a Pokemon we're going to see very much of. Here we go, bracket reset, and it's actually going to be an Azumarill mirror match to get it kicked off.
Of course, King is going to have the advantage here, carrying Play Rough on his Azumarill. So let's see how this plays out. PokeAK charging up a little bit of extra energy. King committing to the charge attack. PokeAK choosing not to shield.
All right, that's going to be a big Play Rough coming out initially. Does some hefty damage. PokeAK obviously has some energy saved up, and this is something that he seems to like to do a lot as he contemplates switching right now, building up enough energy to get multiple attacks off when he comes back in. Lantern now is going to be the switch up, but King making an excellent adjustment, bringing in Tropius, obviously having that grass type advantage here right now.
Yeah, PokeAK giving up that early switch advantage. Very, very important concept in Pokemon Go PvP, because that long switch timer is going to prevent PokeAK from now switching out this Lantern, leaving it in there to take super effective damage from the Tropius. Yeah,
that was an absolutely huge lead blade there, taking over 50% of Lantern's health. Going to retaliate with the Thunderbolt, doing some healthy damage in return, but Tropius definitely has the advantage right now. Wouldn't be surprised to see both players kind of just go through their attacks right now. I don't think it's a great time to go for a shield, especially with this Lantern, since it's already not in a great matchup. You want to conserve that shield for later. That's exactly what happens. Lantern is going to faint.
Interestingly, King is using Aerial Ace on his Tropius, as opposed to Razor Leaf.
Yep.
And that is going to let him charge up moves.
You meant Air Slash.
Use those Leaf Blades a little bit more often.
All right, still
Air Slash. That's what I was talking about earlier.
And Tropius here going for the Aerial Ace. No shield coming out from Altaria. Doesn't do too much damage there. The Altaria here should be able to get the knockout in return. The key thing is both Altaria and Azumarill have so much energy charged up right now. So even though it's 2-2, PokeAK feels like he might have a slight advantage given all the energy that he has.
King bringing back the Azumarill there. Play Rough being blocked. Great shield usage. And now Sky Attack from the Altaria heading across towards that Azumarill. King decides to shield. PokeAK immediately going for the switch. And now using that Hydro Pump to deal a good amount of damage.
Hydro Pump comes out, brings the opposing Azumarill under 50%. This Azumarill is obviously looking to charge up that Play Rough, maybe even bait out a shield with a potential Ice Beam. Here it goes, going to be able to get an attack off. Which one will it be? Will it be the Ice Beam or the Play Rough? Will PokeAK shield? It's like no shield, and it's going to be the play rough. So best outcome there for Pokeking. Gets a ton of damage out there.
Yeah, very even matchup here. Both of these Azumarill initially coming in with very similar amounts of HP. And this is going to show you just how much of an advantage Play Rough really has over the Hydro Pump and Ice Beam, where King should be able to charge up one more just a little bit faster than Poke-AK.
Yeah, there we go. Here is a big attack coming out from King's End. It's actually going to be the Ice Beam, so maybe try to bait out either the shield or just doing enough damage anyway. No way let, if you switch into Altaria, take a lot of damage as well. So here we go. There is still one shield remaining on Poke-AK's end. He is going to go for it. Kind of needs to really to avoid a super effective Ice Beam off here. So much energy has been built up on that Azumarill. And it's actually going to be a swap out here to Deoxys. We know the Deoxys has that super effective Rock Slide, so I should be able to just get the knockout onto Altaria. I don't believe Sky Attack will be able to do enough here against the Deoxys. And there is still the potential for a shield. That's exactly what comes out right now.
King saving that Azumarill for later. It doesn't have a ton of energy charged up, but if this battle goes on long enough, he may be able to bring it in to take an attack and sort of use it as an extra shield.
There's the Rock Slide and gets the knockout. King will take the first game. Here we go. He is definitely on a roll right now, resetting the bracket. Now 2 games away from winning the Pokemon Go Invitational here at the World Championships. Wow, I mean, I feel like Tropius really put in a lot of work in that game. A lot of Poke-AK's Pokemon, like the Azumarill, like the Lantern, are quite weak to the Tropius, and obviously, King had an early advantage by being able to switch in the Tropius into one of those Water-type Pokemon and just get so much damage off.
Yeah, and especially having that Air Slash as a quick move on Tropius really does allow it to charge up those Leaf Blades and those Aerial Aces much faster than if you were using Razor Leaf. And in a lot of situations, that can make a huge difference. Even though Razor Leaf would deal better damage against the Azumarill, against the Lantern, still being able to charge up that Leaf Blade quickly leads to a lot more shield pressure against Poke-AK.
Yeah, oh man, this is really coming down to the wire. I'm so excited. I honestly expect a 5-game set from these players, but
Jake, what's up? How you doing, man?
In terms of team choices.
How are you doing?
Umbreon coming out this time. Lantern once again makes an appearance as well.
Let's see how these players play this out. Not really an advantage for either of these Pokemon, so we'll see how they decide to use their attacks and their shields. Umbreon getting that first attack off. Looks like it's going to be a foul play.
Let's see how much damage it does. No shield comes out from the Lantern. Umbreon's attacks typically a little bit weaker, but gets them off a little bit more consistently because of the lower energy requirement for foul play. So here we go. Big Hydro Pump coming out from the Lantern. Are we going to see a shield from the Umbreon?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Comes out, does so much damage there right from the get-go.
Great choice by Poke-AK to build up that energy for the Hydro Pump. Now taking another foul play from the Umbreon. While contemplating a switch here, decides not to switch, builds up a little bit more energy. Will he be able to get the Thunderbolt? Umbreon typically builds up energy a little bit quicker.
Ooh.
And just barely beats him to it with
That's fine.
tiny.
That's no big deal.
He has really come so close with these. It looks like, once again, just at 1 HP, gets that foul play off. We'll get the knockout there onto the Lantern. So obviously Umbreon
Altaria.
much instantly, but being able to hang on, getting a big attack off is obviously quite nice. You don't take any damage.
Okay.
And you get a little bit of chip damage there for Poke-AK Skarmory.
Yeah, absolutely. Just really, really close plays all throughout this match, as we now see Skarmory charging up that Sky Attack, getting ready to deal some damage. That Deoxys, again Deoxys on King's side, carrying Rock Slide and not Thunderbolt, which will deal neutral damage, but that Thunderbolt option would be better against this Skarmory.
Yeah, so both players opting for their charge.
Psycho Boost.
We saw the shield come out
Rock
from
Slide.
Deoxys' end, just the regular Rock Slide there from King's end. So some good damage to that Skarmory. Skarmory obviously being quite the tanky Pokemon here. Another shield coming out, or another attack coming out. This time Poke-AK will decide to use the shield here. So both players down to 1 shield. Ooh, but a nice Psycho Boost baiting out that.
It doesn't matter. It would probably be enough to kill him to begin with.
Get that shield.
That Psycho. Well, I don't know. It had been close.
Skarmory, which is not
I don't think it was much of a bait as people think it was.
able to finish off Poke-AK Skarmory, and still has that Deoxys.
Those were 2 excellent plays back-to-back, eating up the, obviously baiting out with the Psycho Boost, baiting out that shield, and then also switching in to the Skarmory, which doesn't do very much damage, obviously, against King Skarmory. Very nice plays there. King in a good spot right now, definitely, to take the second game. 1 shield left on both players' end, but the Skarmory is quite low from Poke-AK's end.
Looks like we might have a little bit of trouble. That Skarmory goes down. King and Poke-AK each talking to each other here. Unfortunately, gonna have to reset this game.
Yep, no worries. We'll see how they decide to replay it.
All right, guys. So
But
I'm gonna start throwing some stuff in the car because I'm packing. Hey, what's up, Jordan? I'm gonna keep this going. I'm just gonna be right back. I need to start packing a little bit more because this is going a lot longer than it should. So I'm just gonna do
Between these two players.
this, and I'm just gonna go throw some stuff in the car. I'll be right
It
back.
feels like King was making such good plays in that last game, though. I mean, going for the Psycho Boost into the Skarmory and then switching out when he had some energy left over for a potential endgame sweep, and then switching in the Skarmory right away when the Deoxys was going for, when the opposing Skarmory was going for the Sky attack. So I feel like those were two really like kind of game-winning plays.
Yeah, showing that, you know, even though you only have 2 shields, you can definitely use switching to your advantage.
Yeah.
Switching at the right time to tank an attack from a Pokemon that might not be super effective.
Absolutely. So there it is again, the Umbreon and the Lantern. Foul Play going to come out, not do too much damage. I think, wouldn't be surprised to see both players just play it the same way as they did before.
Yep.
As the Lantern here will go for a Hydro Pump of its own.
Just a little bit of good sportsmanship here. Playing out the match to a similar position that they were in before they had to reset.
Yep, absolutely. Umbreon once again getting a big foul playoff. Of course, hard to replicate the exact match due to you might not be able to hit all your moves, for example, with the charge moves, but relatively close enough. And last time around, I believe the Umbreon hung on with just a sliver of HP, so yeah, looks like that is the case once again.
There it is, getting off that foul play just in time. And now PokeAK is going to bring in the Skarmory.
Here we go, yeah. So kind of looks like they are just playing it the exact same way. And in that last one, I was really excited to see how it plays out because King really had a great advantage. You know, here he was able to get that Rock Slide off against the Skarmory, do a lot of damage. They kind of traded shields back and forth, but then King made those really good plays, baiting out a shield with the Psycho Boost and then switching it out into the opposing Skarmory. So gonna see that Rock Slide come out here against the Skarmory. And Skarmory's gonna retaliate here as the Deoxys, I believe, last time did not go for a shield. Let's see. Yep, no shield.
It'll be interesting to see if they can replicate that because that play by King did require some really precise timing.
Right.
Yo, what's up?
Again, going for it. This time there was a shield. Last time how this played out was that the Deoxys, of course, went for that Psycho Boost off against the opposing Deoxys, taking out that shield from PokeAK instead.
King going for the charge attack here. PokeAK this time choosing not to shield.
So I guess playing it a little bit differently was the same up until this point, but that Psycho Boost will get the knockout. And of course now Altaria is in. 2 shields left this time around though for PokeAK, which are absolutely critical in blocking Rock Slides. And there's the
Yep, preventing that super effective damage. King now bringing in his Skarmory, and we have a bit of an interesting matchup here. Both of these players charging up a little bit of energy. Skarmory firing off a charge attack now. PokeAK deciding to use the shield, block the damage from that Sky attack, and almost immediately, decides to charge up a little bit of extra energy. Really going for a lot of damage with that Dragon Breath.
So here we go, Altaria going for strong attack, and of course there is no potential shield on the opposing end, so that Sky attack will go off. Or sorry, there was one potential shield, that is the last shield now committed on King's end. There's no shields left on PokeAK's end, but he will be able to yet get another Sky attack off.
Luckily he was able to get the excellent, breaking all those targets there. It looks like he let a few fly on the shielded attack, but that worked out in his favor anyway.
Yep, Sky attack comes out now, does so much damage to Altaria, and King is definitely in a prime position to win this game. He's slowly whittling away at the Altaria. Will it be enough to get the knockout? It will be, and King is up 2-0 now in this grand finals after pulling off that reset.
Wow.
Really carried
PokeAK.
momentum into this grand finals.
My goodness. Well, this is unfortunate. Looks like PokeAK is not going to be able to bring this back. I could be wrong.
It seems like they know those teams inside and out, and it really comes down to technical ability and making the right choices at this point.
Right, I mean, beyond just those really close calls between these two players, what do you think has been different? Because King has really just come out and kind of stomped the last 2 games.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see PokeAK's shield usage, really saving those shields for later in the game, which maybe hasn't been working out. So he might want to try to front load his team a little bit, invest a little more of his resources in the lead Pokemon, and really try to take advantage and take control of the game early on.
Feels like something that King's been able to do really well is kind of be able to always switch after PokeK makes his initial switch. That gives him a pretty big advantage right from the
Oh, I
start.
have an idea.
Like you mentioned, PokeK really conserved the shields earlier on, or later on in that last game. And oh, okay, it's actually Skarmory against Venusaur. Definitely not the best lead for Venusaur here. Might just force out a switch immediately. Is what is going to take place, but Azumarill, not exactly the best switcher because Tropius can come exactly right in. So just what we were talking about. So one person switches out, the other switches in. Let's see. Will Tropius this time go and shield the Ice Beam? Because this Ice Beam still does a lot of damage, so, you know, shield here would be huge. No shield once again, but King seems comfortable just eating up these Ice Beams from Azumarill.
Really, really interesting to see him letting that Ice Beam through every single time.
Yeah. No shield from these super effective attacks at all, so both players really wanting to conserve the shield for the late game. That has been the trend so far in this Grand Finals, but still being the case.
Shield this one, maybe.
Will get another big leaf blade off. This time the shield will come out from the Azumarill.
King showing really, really great knowledge of this matchup here, knowing that he can get those 2 leaf blades off before another Ice Beam comes through. So able to get some good damage in and get a shield despite letting so much damage through with Ice Beam. And of course, doesn't use any of his shields there, and Azumarill is still in critical health.
Yeah, so Deox is coming in now. An excellent Pokemon to have because it actually has excellent coverage if you think about what is remaining on PokeAKs, and it can knock out the Azumarill, which is at a very low range. The Psycho Boost will do super effective damage against Venusaur, and you have the Rock Slides from the Altaria as well. And once again, no shields. So PokeAK is really just saving up these shields for the late game, but King still has both of his shields off, and this Deox is in a prime position to just block 2 big attacks and kind of sweep through right now.
Yeah, definitely set up on King's side of the field to really run away with this match, and potentially with the Grand Finals.
Take home the entire thing. Let's see, is Altaria gonna use the shield right now? Oh, there's no shield, but that was a Psycho Boost still enough. Oh, just enough to get the knockout after a little bit of attacks afterwards. So both players are down to their last 2 Pokemon, but King definitely in a good spot right now with this Deoxys. Has attacks that hit for super effective damage. He's still got a shield left as well. Of course, Venusaur, though, is able to potentially block a Psycho Boost coming out from the Deoxys right now.
Definitely wants to prevent this damage and charge up enough energy to get off that Frenzy Plant. King switched perfectly, and PokeAK reading that switch really well. Actually not committing to the Frenzy Plant, but bringing in the Azumarill.
Yeah, going straight for the Ice Beam here, but it's really definitely going to be it. Oh, and the last shield comes out from King's end, so now there are no shields from either end, but I think Azumarill here should go down. Will it be able to get a last charge move off? No, it won't be able to. It is Venusaur against Skarmory right now, and that is not a great matchup, especially because now Skarmory has enough energy to get a super strong Sky attack. Super effective, it gets the knockout, and
Just
King is your champion. Wow.
King, ladies and gentlemen, remember, King, it was this close. You can't even, look, I'm not even going to open my fingers, but there's a gap in there because we know how this works with, you know, this close to losing the entire tournament in the 3rd match of the first round. Oh my gosh. PokeAK almost won like 30 minutes ago.
Shield usage was definitely interesting. I think he, like, a lot of times kind of saved shields for attacks that maybe weren't as strong. There was that, for example, in that last game, Tropius against Azumarill, the Azumarill kind of just ate up that big leaf blade, which was kind of surprising because I feel like if you're able to shield Tropius' attacks, that's like the main counter to Azumarill out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, that Tropius worked out really well for King, especially carrying Air Slash as opposed to Razor Leaf. It was able to not only counter Venusaur, but several other Pokemon on PokeAK's team as well, even taking those big hits from Ice Beam against Azumarill, and King showed really great knowledge of that matchup.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That's going to be the end of the stream. I'll be streaming on Mixer, some like Fortnite and Apex tonight, so if you want to follow and hang out with that too, I'm very active in chat there. The stream quality is a lot better too. I got some really fun stuff there. Link for the Mixer, I think, is in the description. It might be. Or you could check on one of the videos. But here, I'll actually go ahead and put it. Here's my Mixer name if you want to follow me on Mixer. Should be that. Actually, I should double check because I think I might have changed my name. I'll double check. Yeah, that's the name. Good job, Pogo King. Like, I'm so happy for him. I want PokeAK to win, but I'm still happy for him. I mean, for sure. But yeah, guys, thank you. I'll see you guys hopefully on Mixer later tonight. Take care.